Opa!
Hey.
Welcome everybody to Stavvy's World, 904-800-STAV. Call in, we'll solve your problems. We have Steph Tolev on the couch today. Steph, thanks for coming.
I feel so at home here.
Yeah,
I'm
truly.
so I'm mostly Bulgarian, but I'm also part Greek. So this is look at me.
Yeah.
I mean, look at this.
I know.
I mean, you know what I mean?
I recognize your face from like Greek Revolutionary War propaganda.
Yeah.
Like you literally.
Yes.
There's that face has been like. You know, and it says like vanquish the Turks.
And it's like a small penis, huge balls. That's me. Small.
No, there was one lady in particular who I don't even know. We had some, you know, when you're fighting the Ottomans, you even let the gals get a sword.
Oh,
you know
you're getting desperate.
So everybody was fighting. We had this lady
Bubulina,
yeah. Wasn't fat, even though that is a fat lady's name. And she was like a sailing genius or some shit.
Okay.
It's been a while since I've brushed up on mine, but that's the one lady from Greek Revolutionary War that I think, you know, that I remember.
I'm going to be Bubulina for fucking Halloween next year. I have to do nothing. I'm ready to go. There's no costume. Let the mullet grow in a little longer.
Yes.
That's it.
A headscarf and just the end of the mullet coming out.
Yeah, just the little peaks.
Like
that. Yeah, it's nice. I can do that easily.
Nice.
This is nice. I love this.
Yeah.
Were you baptized?
I was.
Orthodox. Same.
Yeah, there we go.
Dunked naked?
Oh, yeah. Naked.
What a bizarre thing, eh?
Naked. They dunked the little kids in.
I kept like joking to my family that I wanted to get baptized now and just really freaked them out.
Hilarious.
I just full woman.
Yeah,
just full puss, just sitting there just staring. You wanted this.
I think they'll let you go back. I think they'll let you go bathing suit now.
No.
No, you want to go nude.
Oh, I'm doing full nude. If you want me in there, I want my creepy uncle staring at it. He's always wanted to see it. I'll be front and center, ready to go.
Yeah, hell yeah.
That's exactly it.
I do. The baptism it's awesome because you have to. Because, you know, my brother recently had a kid, my best friends had a kid, and I was just, like, thinking about, like, if I'm ever in the godfather position, you have to just, like, I like the ritual, as fucked up as it is to, like, dunk a baby, and it's like he just has a bad day. Like, you know, actually, one of my friends, the baby was, like, kind of sick, but, like, people had flown in from Greece, people flown in from, like, half across America, and it was, like... He learned his first lesson of, like, the show must go on at, like, 11 months old, where he's just, like, he just wants to fucking hang out, and we're just dunking his ass.
Yeah. Oh, my God.
But I do like the ritual, I have to admit. Like, the ritual, I'm not religious, and you have to be, if you're a godfather or godmother, whatever, you have to be like, do you renounce Satan? They make you say you renounce Satan a bunch.
Yeah, and then you have the fake spitting thing.
Yeah.
I just did this to my sister's baby too. And I was like, I'm really spitting here. But then the guy gave me the thing to read, and he gives me the microphone, and I'm killing it. I'm I denounce Satan, and I'm getting. He's like, she's good.
It feels powerful.
Oh yeah,
like, I denounce Satan. You feel like there's like a gust of wind is gonna come out. And you're like vanquishing a demon. It feels like The Exorcist. You're like, get back, Satan. That's very powerful stuff.
It is powerful. And then he like after the thing, he asked my dad. He goes, "What does this daughter do? She's very good at speaking." And my dad's like, "Oh, she's a comedian." He goes, "Oh, can you write her name down?" My dad's like, "I'm not. No, I can't give you. You will hate
Kathleen
my
Madigan."
Anybody but me write down the name.
Yeah, I know. I mean, Greek people all the time. Greek churches have like, you know, they'll have like dances, whatever. And the amount of times they've asked me to do stand up at a Greek function, it's like, no, you don't want this, guys.
Trust me, you don't want this.
At all.
You don't want this.
They built like this big hall in my neighborhood. When I was growing up, we had the Greek festival there. It is kind of nice. And part of me is like, it would be funny to just like rent it and do a show.
Yeah.
At the like where the Greek festival was from my youth.
Like with your fans.
Yeah, with my fans. But the problem is I know, because they're like church owned. So it's like people would like sneak in. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And they probably wouldn't pay because they're like, it's the church.
Yeah. And that's the other thing. It's like, you know they would guilt you into just donating the money.
Yeah.
And it's like...
You're like, I'm not doing
Come on, let's not get fucking crazy. No. I'm not donating it to... We're good.
We're good. This is my money. Sorry,
yeah. Jesus is fine. I've seen all the gold leaf and all the ornate costumes and shit like that. Yeah, they're dripped out.
They're fucking
truly dripped out.
Have you ever seen them like walk to their cars after they take their fucking little church outfits off? They're like rolling out in a fucking Mercedes. You're like, you're doing good, priest.
Yeah, they definitely are. So you were baptized. So wait, where in Canada did you grow up?
Toronto.
In Toronto.
Yeah, actual nice. Toronto. There's this one Bulgarian church in Toronto, and it was actually in the projects. And it was so ghetto. So like, I think probably the same thing where you have to walk around Easter. You walk around outside the church with the candles.
Yes, of course.
Then all of a sudden we hear gunshots. Like, okay, back in. So all these old nuns are running back in the fucking thing. It was so fucked up. But
that was the church my church was the shitty, like,
because it's in the
middle of Baltimore, and like and when I was growing up, it was shitty, and you could tell. And in the 90s, there were enough Greeks where there's like, they made like 3 other churches in the burbs, but St. Nick's, we're hanging on strong, baby. Right there on Ponca Street. Yep, the 500 block. And the area has gotten a little better, What happened was there's always disgrace with local politicians in Baltimore. And I think like there was a police commissioner that like was embezzling or something, and the like interim guy was just happened to be a Greek guy, like some lieutenant, and he just like diverted so many funds to Greektown, and they just started like completely breaking, civil rights laws and just arresting whoever, and they just went full Rudy Giuliani on it until that guy also lost his job. And I think that was enough for the conservative Greeks that moved to the burbs were like, you know what? We like what was going on over there. We'll come back.
We're coming back.
Yeah, we'll come back. So it's been a little gentrified, but...
Did you watch that movie, My Big Fat Greek Wedding, Grant?
Did I watch it?
So that house was right on the corner of my parents' house. That's what I walked there from high school every day. We'd walk by. And I'd always be like, just let me be an extra.
Yeah.
I'd linger around outside for a bit, like, hello.
You
like,
should have been.
Like, what the heck?
They had Joey Fatone. That was, as a
Joey
youth...
Fatone cannot act.
As a youth, that pissed me the fuck off.
I hate that.
Because it's like, look, and no disrespect to Joey Fatone.
I'm disrespecting his acting is bad.
Okay, I didn't even care about the acting. I was just like, this man is not Greek. Like, I was mad. Like, I had the original, like, they're taking our stories and they're putting Italians. They're just substituting Italians for Greeks. And maybe, Nia Vardalos is a hero in the Greek community. I won't hear a bad word about her.
Okay.
Maybe she needed that NSYNC bump.
I don't think she did.
I think
Andrea Martin was in there. That was a good bump. SCTV.
Definitely.
She's so fucking funny.
No, it was well, but I just think it's like when you're making an indie movie, every little and the guy from NSYNC is what I mean? Like every little sprinkling. Like I definitely, when I made my movie, I was just like, whoever the fuck. And I got a lot of my friends, but then we got the production company just knew CM Punk, the wrestler.
Okay,
he was the man. He was fucking awesome. He's famous as shit, and he was really good in his role. But we were just like, let's get fucking CM Punk in the mix.
Anyone, I'm writing something right now, and I ran into Marshawn Lynch at the Porn Awards actually a few weeks ago, and I did something weird before he remembered me. I'm like, I'm writing a movie. What do you do? And he's like, all right. I'm like, I will use anybody I've ever met in my life. I don't give a shit's ass. What the fuck?
I love that. You could have been casting at the Porn. Oh yeah, because you hosted the AVN Awards.
I hosted the AVN Awards.
I'm jealous. That's honestly a career goal of mine.
Here's the thing.
Yeah.
It was amazing.
Yeah.
The men here, maybe you'd be different.
Yeah.
But they were so happy with me because they'd had male comedians for the last 10 years making fun of them. This is their awards. They don't want to be made fun of. They want to feel like they're part of it.
Course,
so like I opened on being like, wow, this is the only room in Las Vegas right now with no STDs. And they were like, what? Yeah. And they one guy stood up and I was like, oh, fuck.
Joke. Yeah, they didn't understand it.
And they were like, so the whole thing was just me like making fun of myself, and then I kind of made fun of how disgusting men are in porn, but like the rest of it was like
great
so
though.
nice.
That's fun.
They loved it.
I think that's fun because it's like that's an inside joke.
Yes.
It's not because I probably when they're saying making fun of them, and when people make fun of that industry, it's so much misogyny. That's just like thinly veiled as like moral. But you're right, they don't go after the guys.
No,
they
never.
always go after like the women in that industry. So I feel like they even just shitting on the dudes was probably like a breath of fresh air.
Yes, and I had like 3 name references, and like they stood up and cheered. Like Charles Darrow, I don't know if you know that guy. He's like so scruffy. He's like, I said that I have a thicker happy trail than him, and he's like, yes, you do. And I was like, what the hell is going on? He was so into it.
That's awesome.
But I started beef with this one guy.
Oh, nice.
So there was like the pre-opening show thing was like this guy Ryan Powell has this big podcast. He wanted to have these porn stars telling stories, funny stories.
Right.
Stick to the
Tough
sucking
stuff.
the cock. The story's not so funny.
Yeah.
So I had to go first.
You don't want us taking 2 dicks at the same time.
Trust me, my double penetration, you'd call the police. I'd be shitting everywhere. My hemorrhoids would be out.
The guys would be sad.
The guys would be like, not hard.
Yeah,
like,
the police they're wearing a blanket. They're like shivering.
I I've never cried. First time I ever cried. But like, I go on stage and there's these 3 porn stars, 2 women and a man. I've never seen this guy in my life. So I walk up and I'm like, who the hell are you? And he's already judging me. And I'm already annoyed by him. He's like, what?
So he's the funny guy in porn?
He's supposed to be the funny guy in porn. Everyone knows him. I've never seen this guy in my life. He's on this panel.
Yeah. Big issue. The funny person in who's not actually funny, but is for their thing. When an actual funny person comes around, they hate that.
Oh, he hated it. Yeah. So he's already. I can see this much. I go, who the hell are you? I go, you porn star? And the crowd's kind of like gasping. And I go, you look like a cruise ship magician. Hated that. So I do my story. It's fine. There's no light on the stage. I'm screaming at people. I do well. Everyone else gives me a 10 out of 10 for my story. Gets to him, he gives me a 4. And I go, oh, is it because I called you a magician? He goes, because he's not funny, whatever. And I go, okay. And then he goes, yeah, at least my dick is bigger than that fucking nose of yours. And I go, well, at least I don't have to inject mine to get it hard. It's just naturally like this. And I didn't realize there was rumors that he injects his penis. So the whole crowd is like, I've never gotten a bigger pop in my life. Like, people were like, losing their fucking minds.
All, you just randomly got him.
I got him so good.
Nailed him.
And then he got so pissed.
That's beautiful.
And he goes, yeah, well, no one wants to fuck you anyways. I go, I hope not. If you want to fuck me, you want to fuck Danny DeVito's Penguin. Nobody wants to fuck this. And then that got him again. So now I'm on a roll. He got so pissed.
He judo rolled into his like choke. You're like, ugh.
Yeah, okay, make fun of my nose, asshole. As if I haven't. I love when people troll me with my nose. They're like, oh, fuck it. You think I walk around with this going, what a tiny little petite nose I have. You think I don't fucking
like you don't have like you've had to cut 20 minutes of jokes of nose jokes.
Yes, literally.
You're like, it's getting too much.
It's hack now. I'm not gonna, Toucan Sam, fucking Penguin, whatever the fuck. I know what I look like. Nosferatu, I just watched it. I'm like, put a bald cap on me. I am Nosferatu. It's terrifying. I'm like, it's like scary. But yeah, I was like, it was anyway. So the whole that was sort of like a riff, and then I got like, I was into it. I was like, you fucked with the wrong bitch.
Yeah. That's awesome.
Yeah.
So he's a porn star?
Yeah, it's weird because I've never.
I watched something weird is going. Well, first of all, to know male porn stars, that's a mental illness. You know what I mean? Like when straight guys who beat off so much that they have preferences, and not even in a gay way, just in like, I like the way he fucks the girls I jack off to, or like that's when we start going. When you can tell like what you know their balls from the behind from the doggy angle, that horrible angle that I don't understand who's enjoying that. It's like mostly his ass and just a little bit of the girl underneath. When you know like
what is that?
His nuts. That's a problem.
Who's that for? Honestly, who's that for?
I guess that's from, back at a vestige before gay porn was widely available. Okay. That's my only guess.
That makes sense.
Because from that angle, you can kind of be like, maybe he's fucking a guy.
Yeah.
Like, that's my only, the way every movie had to have tits in it in the 70s and 80s, because like kids would go to jack off. You know what I mean? Okay. Like the way Porky's was just like, well,
Porky's was disgusting.
Yeah, but it was mostly a pornography vehicle. It's celery, and the tits were the dip that you're eating. No one cares about the fucking. No one cares about the story of Porky's. Yeah.
Artichoke dip.
Exactly.
I just saw Sebastian Stan's dick in.
What's that?
What's the guy Sebastian Stan? Is that his name? In A Different Man. I love seeing full dick and balls in movies.
Oh, I didn't even know you see his dick.
Oh, I had a nice gander. Yeah, it's just nice to have it. It's a change up.
There's
tits and dick. It should be both.
I agree. Well, first of all, we've gotten away from tits in movies in a way that pisses me off.
Have we?
I think so.
Okay. Wow, you had that so ready. Jesus Christ.
I think like action movies. Nudity in general. I think film is it should be like. Sure, it can be high-minded, but it should also be cheap thrills. You know what I mean? Where it's like every action movie used to have just a little scene of tits. And I don't. And by the way, we can get dick in the mix too.
I like it all.
I just want it all back.
Yeah,
like it used to be too much just women, and then it was like and then they were like kind of showing dick like as a political statement, like we're not misogynist.
Yeah.
And now it's just gone to like this sanitized, like. Every action movie's, a fucking comic book movie. Mm-hmm. Everything has to be for kids. Everything has to be like, oh, we also need to sell it to China. Like, it has to be so like appeal to everyone.
Yeah.
Where they won't just show fat knockers. in between kills.
Fat knockers.
And that takes a movie to the next level. Same thing with fat cock. Throw a cock out there, absolutely. But why is it only an art house movie where you see cock?
Yeah.
Why can't cock be in a fucking John Wick 6? You know what I mean? Why can't we see John Wick's dick? And maybe not, you know, he's an accomplished man at this point, but a younger guy. Like the way every hot actress has to show her tits pretty much. Like Sydney, like
right away.
Let's make fucking Paul Mescal show his cock. You know what I mean? Barry, what's his face, did it. Salute to him. Let's get more cock out there, and let's also keep the tits rolling.
Well, let's keep them out. I love the way I hear you say fat knockers after I just watched you eat a hot dog for breakfast. It's just bizarre.
It's a chicken sausage with a paleo bun. The macros are very good. It's meant to look like a hot dog to trick your brain.
Okay, but I'm just saying a hot dog for breakfast is what my point here is.
It's noon. It's 11:30. The life of a small business owner, podcast. The owner, I guess, of a podcast studio and small entertainment company, Stavvy Baby Enterprises, it's chaos. You know, sometimes you hire your dumb friends at every position, and what that means is they're not really good at what they are hired to do, but you don't feel like looking for somebody qualified, so you just keep pushing. And that's how life is. And that's, you know, maybe you're not a podcaster. Maybe you're in charge of order fulfillment for an e-commerce business. And you know, that's its own special kind of chaos. But with ShipStation, you can count on your day-to-day remaining calm. Save hours and money every month by shipping from all your stores with one login, automating repetitive tasks, and finding the best rates among all the global carriers. It's so easy to automate. Even your dumb friends that you hire could run your store with ShipStation. Lead your business into this future with smart features and automations that boost efficiency and save time. It's the fastest, most affordable way to ship products to your customers with discounts up to 88% off UPS, DHL Express, and UPS rates, and up to 90% off FedEx rates. Calm the chaos of order fulfillment with the shipping software that delivers. Switch to ShipStation today. Go to shipstation.com/Stavvy to sign up for your free trial. That's shipstation.com/Stavvy.
Wait, would you show your dick in a movie?
My dick's too small to show.
Okay.
But maybe at a point...
Wow. Thank you for your honesty.
Yeah. Like, if my dick was bigger, don't you think it'd be... Like, I'm naked fully. Like, I've been nude pretty much in every other way.
Can you fluff it?
Even the
Even when the fluffing is so small?
It's just...
What are we talking about? How small?
Soft?
No, hard.
Hard? It's a regular dick hard, but it looks bad small.
Okay, well, yeah, most look bad when they're soft.
But that's what I'm saying. It's like, I have to, you know, you want to show a nice dick.
Yeah,
I can fluff it. I can fluff it to the point where it's like that breaking point. Like when water's outside, it's just about to turn into ice. You can get it right before it's a boner. Okay, you know what I mean? Like when it's like as long as it's gonna be, but it hasn't like.
Yes. Okay.
Maybe with the right lighting.
Okay.
If I lose a couple pounds, if we have like if we tape back all my around the dick fat to kind of really push it and show every. Maybe I would consider.
Yeah, if you lost the if you lost.
If you lost the gunt.
Yeah.
Then maybe I show dick. And then I say that, and you know what? I do want to get to the point where I'll show even my little ass dick. Because that's the final, I've said this before, that's the final mountain to climb over body positivity.
It is.
Because, like, everyone finds beauty, even in, like fat women are treated bad by society, but there are people who find beauty and they really like that, whatever.
Yeah, but those people keep that to themselves. They don't say anything.
And listen, you can put a model up there, but like, and I think people will grow to accept beauty in all its forms. Eventually, I think we're at least sort of like, there's definitely a backlash.
Do you want to read the comments I got this morning about being a fat trans? I don't. It's not going away. Man.
It's not going away.
It's not going. It's getting worse.
No. I'm just saying I can see a world where like right now these people like we kind of like maybe you could argue overcorrected, and then these people feel like they want to attack something, so they're like, why are fat girls models or whatever, right? Mm-hmm. I just don't see any scenario where a little dick is put on display and anyone goes, good for you. You know, even the other little dick wouldn't stand up. because they don't want to say, like, at least other fat women, when it's like a fat model, will be like, good for you.
Yeah.
No little dick guy is gonna be like, meat, because it's like no one knows your dick is small.
That's
and then you would I'm not saying it's easy, don't get me wrong.
Yes.
I'm just saying the final hurdle is to accept even little ass dicks as like aesthetic beauty. You know, like, to accept that. So,
but all these statues, they all had like the peepees back in the day. All
that's
these,
true.
Like, you mean? And we all idolize them.
Well, ancient Greece. I mean, that's when society was run right.
Yeah. Little peepees were taking over.
Well, they say that like they looked at a little dick was a sign of like being classy.
Really?
That you were thought to be a brute if you had a big ass dick.
Well, there you go, Mr. Class over there.
yeah, dude.
Mr. fucking Class.
I'm in finishing school right now. I'm getting ready for a cotillion. yeah. But yes, definitely things shift. But so I guess just a final answer to your question. Yes, I will show my little dick at some point because it's for the cause.
For the cause.
For the little dick that will come after me.
I think it would help. Did you see that one video where there's all those like micro penis guys met up? It was like a talk show years ago.
Oh, the Howard Stern had like guys with their little ass dicks.
Was it Howard Stern? I saw it was like a talk show in like Britain, and they were like talking about it, they were like crying, and then I feel like the comments on that video were nobody was supporting that.
Yeah, exactly. Micro is a whole nother level.
Micro's different.
Micro's like, that's just a debilitating, like.
You know, Alex Pavone said this once, and I think it's true. He says that he's like, I don't think penises should have to pay taxes, and I think he's right.
Yeah, I agree with him.
I honestly agree with him.
I agree.
You can't.
With him.
That's like when people get mad at my nose. I'm like, I can't help this. You can't. I'm not. Like, I was with a micro once.
Wow,
I'll
really?
Tell you what, that's the best acting I've ever done in my life. I should have been nominated for a fucking Globe. Acting like I felt that inside me. I was like,
that's small, huh? No way. No.
I swear to God.
Wow.
I am not. No.
Wow.
Because I kept trying to jerk it off. And he's like, no, it's good. I'm like, no, let me in there. And then like, I had like just one little slat open on my blinds and the light shone in. And I was like, it was like a horror movie. There's this little tiny, it looked like a little, like, you know when you get corn and you get two little corn things that you stick at the end?
Yes.
That little
like
corn thing.
The
little corn things that you stick in the end. Yeah, but like soft.
See, if your dick is that small, you have to almost be like, I don't effectively have a dick.
Yeah,
we're gonna have a form of like closer to lesbian sex, where you just have to kind of lick my little ass clit dick. You know what I mean? Like, humping, eating pussy,
a lot of eating,
finger popping, all that kind of stuff.
a lot of pussy.
Which myself am not unfamiliar with that. Because again, though not micro, like I said, nothing to... And it's like, my dick's not getting hard every time either. So that's a tough one.
Why? What's going on down there?
A lot of unhealthiness.
It's the breakfast hot dogs.
You know what's hilarious? The breakfast hot dog era, the last month, has been one of the healthier months of my life.
Wow.
Compared to like what was going on before. I mean, we're talking eating like shit, getting fucked up, being fat as shit, plus high, plus drunk.
Yeah. Plus the touring, you're slopping around, you're eating shit.
Yeah. There's that's not a formula for for the hardest prick of all time.
Yeah, I wonder. I guess maybe I never thought about that. I'm like, I guess if I was like eating like that too, you probably wouldn't. It's always wet down there because I might be sick. Actually, I was like, no, the lady's just always wet. They're like, no. I'm like, oh fuck, it's a hole. It's an organ. It's an open hole. It's part of my body.
Yeah, I do envy that of like, at the end of the day.
I don't do anything.
It's still there.
It's still there.
You can figure something out.
I tell people I got a big pussy. My boyfriend likes it, and he's real. Like I say that, and people are like, somebody one time thought it was a hired actor. I swear to God,
boyfriend?
My boyfriend, because he's hot. So people were like, "Yo, bro, who's that fucking guy?"
Yeah,
and I'm like, he's Shooter McGavin's nephew.
Whoa.
So he looks exactly like Shooter McGavin, so people never believe that he's
awesome.
real. Yes.
That's awesome. Does he ever like putt like a dildo into your pussy?
No, but he should. I could lie there and he could get a hole in one. It could just, my pussy's big. It could just plop right in. I could probably make the ball disappear. But see you later. Fun magic trick.
That is hilarious that they're just like mad that you could date an attractive guy.
They're pissed. Any
What does that
man on the
bother
internet,
them?
Every man on the internet hates me.
They just want you to not have happiness.
They
don't.
They think they don't, and they think they hate. They just hate because I yell at men a lot in my clips.
Right. And you should know your place.
Yeah, I should know my place. Guess what? My place feels pretty good. My boyfriend's pretty hot, so I don't give a shit.
How did you guys meet?
At a show.
There you go.
He came in with his uncle at the Laugh Factory.
Wow, look at that.
A year and a half ago, and everyone was bombing. And then I saw Shooter McGavin. I'm like, why is Shooter McGavin at the Laugh Factory in front of 12 people?
Yeah.
And I was like, holy fuck. And then I went up, and I was like, really bringing it. Like, if you ever had like a celebrity in the crowd, and you're like, well, we're not doing crowd work tonight. We're doing the A
stuff. Yeah.
And then I went up like a bat out of hell, and then we kind of started talking on stage, and then
stage.
Oh, because I asked a dick pic question. I'm like, who's taking any? Nobody answered me, and then he yells out. I'm like, Shooter McGavin's son, because I didn't know who he was. I'm like, fuck is he talking to me for? And then I went over after and I fangirl because I'm a fucking psycho. I'm like, hello, sorry, Shooter, because Happy Gilmore's one of my favorite movies.
Of course, it's
so
a
I
banger.
shook his hand, and then
and it feels like he's fallen on some hard times. He probably enjoyed getting fanned over.
He loved it. He was also blackout drunk.
Yeah,
so he was just like, what?
Yeah. In fact, when he got a DUI, I believe he mentioned being Shooter McGavin.
Probably. Yes, probably. You think that would help?
I don't think it did. I think he ultimately... Well, who knows? He only got caught for the one. Yeah. So it might have helped in the past.
And he's doing fine now.
He's doing good now. We got Happy Gilmore 2 on the way.
He's great.
He was in something else recently.
Hacks. He fucking killed it in Hacks.
He was great in Hacks. Did
you watch Hacks? Hello, I was in Hacks. Excuse me.
Yeah.
Where's my
Shooter
credit?
Was great. Meg Stalter. Geez, who else?
Like, I had a small role. Please praise me. My God. I need it. This is all I have.
That's awesome. Oh, truly, that's real. How male comics get hot girlfriends. Mm-hmm. Respect to you. Yeah, so you are a pioneer.
I'm a pioneer.
You're the Bubulina of getting hotter.
I'm Bubulina. I am her. I'm gonna go Google Bubulina.
She was the first admiral, the first female admiral,
really,
in maybe any navy, I believe. But
I love this.
So there you go.
We're getting Bubulina up here. I need to fucking see it. I need to see what I fucking. There I am.
I mean, that's
you.
That's
so funny. That actually is me. Holy fuck.
Oh my God. I hadn't seen a picture of her forever.
That's actually me.
Holy
shit. Fuck. That's my exact nose. That's fucking crazy. Oh
don't you dare pull up some Albanian propaganda that says she's Albanian.
Don't.
No, get out of here. No, go to her Wikipedia. See, even technology's against you. For those listening at home, Elders tried to pull up some virus-ridden. It literally crashed our computer because you tried to fucking find an article that said the heroine of the War of 1821 was Albanian. You fucking piece of shit. Check the device.
Wow.
Great. Now we lost the episode. No, we didn't. We're good. We lost the episode because fucking Elders can't.
We'll start and say everything the exact same way. That'd be so
God damn it, you fucking idiot.
That's so funny.
Was that worth it, man? Ooh, folks, it's tank top weather. It's getting warm outside. Summertime, Hawaiians, short shorts, bikinis. You know what that means? It's Twisted Tea weather, baby. You know we're big Twisted Tea guys on this program, and nothing hits the spot on a nice warm day. Maybe you're on a little patio, maybe you're in a backyard, maybe you're in a dark room alone. Look, it doesn't matter. The important thing is Twisted Tea is a refreshing hard iced tea made with real brewed tea and 5% alcohol. It tastes like real iced tea because it is real iced tea. It's brewed with it, and it's got a little kick, 5% per volume. Perfect. Goes down smooth, no carbonation, what makes it easy to drink all day long. I hate when carbonation gets in the way of me drinking. That's not a problem with Twisted Tea. Remember, folks, when it comes to Twisted Tea, you're going to want to keep it twisted. So grab a refreshing Twisted Tea today, and remember, keep it twisted.
You know who people have been calling me recently, which is almost more offensive than Nosferatu? The guy that dresses up like a woman in MASH.
Oh, wow.
What's his fucking name?
Not Hawkeye. Is it Hawkeye?
It's what's his fucking name? You're gonna find.
I don't remember.
This has been my new trolling.
He's panicking now, making sure he hasn't lost the episode.
Whatever that guy's name is, that's the new troll.
I know what he looks like. Yeah, that's kind of a throwback troll.
It is. I was like, really? We're gonna do that? Also, I don't hate it because it's more original than
it is.
Or I get the guy Despicable Me. That guy, it's the main one.
Gru.
Gru.
Sure.
Hate that one.
That's all nose based, though.
That's all nose based.
Yeah,
I'm like, I lost 35 fucking pounds.
Yeah.
Suck my dick.
Yeah.
Piece of shit.
35. Nice. Were you trying to? You were just like, was there a moment where you were like, oh, for the special?
Well, because this is so sick.
Yeah.
I was like, I know I'm going to be trolled because that's what happens.
Sure.
I didn't want to be called, I know it's going to be called ugly, unfunny, and trans.
Yeah.
I'm like, I still want fat to be part of it. Let's just
You're
get
like,
fat out of there.
Let's control what we can control.
Yeah, let's control the one thing. And it worked. So I lost 35 pounds, and it's hard to keep it off.
Nice. Congrats.
Kill.
What'd you do?
I did Sydney, the trainer that Caitlin Flufo and George Jensen use.
Yeah.
She's out here in New York. She's fucking magical,
awesome.
man. Yeah, she's fucking great.
Wait, but you weren't here. You just met with her, or what?
Yeah, I did online.
On Zoom. Interesting.
Yeah. Not even Zoom. She just like sent me her fitness plan.
Cool.
And check in and stuff. I know Palufo. Oh, Palufo's jacked.
Palufo's jacked. Yeah.
Fucking, she's like chiseled.
Yeah, I actually wanted to have both of them on and just talk because we almost had them on at one point together, and then whatever scheduling didn't work. But then she got jacked. That's a whole nother fun discussion.
I know.
Getting jacked in like
glow up
30s is hilarious.
Oh yeah, it's great.
And I respect that. I would love to. I mean, she's like in insane shape. I just want to have big arms.
That's it.
I don't want to be
beefed up arms.
Yeah, I don't want to be like fucking in good shape.
I'm not doing abs. Abs is too much. The amount of work to get an ab, I can't dedicate that.
I think that's mostly not eating.
It's a lot of not eating. It's also no drinking, and baby likes to sit. Oh, baby's having a couple cocktails today. I'll tell you.
What was the first time you got drunk in Toronto, or as a youth?
As a youth, I used to see my parents smearing off ices all the time.
Love that.
Mm-hmm. But there was one party. I remember, I think it was grade 9. I got a bottle of this lemon rum, Bacardi lemon rum.
Okay, nice.
And I barfed everywhere. I passed out on my friend's dildo and woke up, and I was like, my back. And I was like, also, who's using a dildo in grade 9? That's crazy.
A ninth grader with a dildo, and we're not talking vibrator. We're talking dildo.
It was a vibrator dildo, but it was like those long white ones. And I was like, what?
Oh wow!
I didn't know I had a hole down there until like I was, I don't know, grade 12.
Yeah,
very Canadian. That's why I 12th grade.
You figured it out.
Yeah, because I didn't wear a tampon. I didn't know there's a hole. I'm like, you're fucking shoving that up you in 9th grade. It's crazy.
Yeah, that is early. Pretty advanced.
I was humping.
9th grade is what? 12, 13, 14?
Maybe 14, 15.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't know. I think so. 14,
to get the tools out at that age.
The tools out, like that's early. Advanced to be getting your clips blown to smithereens. Like that's early.
What's that friend up to these days? How's her life turned out?
I don't know. She lived actually beside the house that they filmed Big Ugly Wedding at.
So she was a nudist, so she must have been pretty in touch with her.
Oh, yeah. She showed me how to put a tampon in.
Wow.
She came in the bathroom one day. She lifted her leg, and I was like, what? She's like, and I was like, that's a vagina. Like, you don't see your friend's pussy holes at that age. It's a lot to take in. It was, she was very advanced.
So she was basically your sex ed teacher.
She walked naked all the time, and I was like, what is this? This is
fascinating.
Bizarre. Yeah.
Were her parents like that?
No. Very nice.
They were buttoned up, nice people.
They had nice white. They had a yacht. They were never home. That's probably why her parents weren't there. Bizarre. Yeah. I worked with a girl whose whole family were nudists, and I was like, no, your dad's a pervert.
Yeah.
Can you imagine going through puberty and just you're walking around with your tits in your dad's face?
That's nuts.
That's crazy.
But I will say some of those fucking people really just are naked. Like it is. I know what you mean, and I think that way too because I can't fathom, like, it's just so weird to be nude. Like, having nudeness not connected to some form of sexuality is weird to me. But, some of these people, like,
Yes, if you're growing up with it, too. If you're growing up and you're always naked, you're just not seeing it.
Yeah. Exactly. Like, it is weird. Don't get me wrong. I hear that, and that's bizarre.
I think it's weird.
But then I'm like, I mean, if he actually believes in nudity as, like, being, like, the way, then it... If he accepts it, then it would be weirder for him to be like, well, we have to be naked, but my 14-year-old daughter can't be.
You
know what I mean? That would be like,
that would be even weird. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because he'd be like, put your clothes on. I don't want to see that. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? He almost has to. And so we've just absolved him of being a. I guess. Elvis, how are we looking? You think we're gonna get the screen back, or is that done?
I got flashed. You got flashed me your puss after the AVN Awards.
Wow.
She's like, that was great. Check this out. I was like, whoa. See, you would love that.
I would have.
You would love that.
Oh, I think I would have had a pretty good time at the AVN Awards.
I honestly can't stress enough how supportive these people were.
Yeah, they're the best.
It was crazy.
No, that's the crazy. Like, people being mean to these people.
Bizarre.
They are the nicest, truly. I am the most pro-ho person on earth.
I've never felt funnier in my life.
Yeah.
The amount of people that got photos with me, I was like, what? Like after, and they all were so hot and so supportive. When anyone would win, they'd all go crazy.
Yeah.
It was, some of the awards were hilarious.
Yeah, best
anal.
Best triple anal
best penetration.
For a Latina newcomer.
Yeah. Wow, you looked at the...
I do my research. My guest hosts the AVN Awards. I'm going to check some stuff out. Yeah, I've been preparing for this podcast for, some would say, 20 years.
20 years. I want to talk about how we can't fully talk about it, but we can kind of say...
Yeah.
Because Netflix posted it, so I think I'm allowed to say it.
Yeah, you're allowed to say it.
I'm in this season of Tires.
You are in this season of Tires, yeah.
And
you were great.
Got to act with you.
You were great. You were really good. You were hilarious. A very funny role.
Very funny role.
Yeah, really funny role, yeah. This season, too. And it was so funny because, when some of these things go around, like the role goes around or the audition goes around, and, a lot of female comics basically read for the role.
Every single
and
one.
I had a lot of people like texting me and it's like I have any power. I don't just show up and do what I'm told.
Yeah, what the heck?
It's like it's not my fucking show. I just but I heard from everybody and then it was like very quickly I think like someone found out that you got it and they're like, "Oh yeah." No one was even mad because you were perfect.
Yeah,
you really were perfect. You were perfect for this role.
It was the one time because all my friends in LA read for it, and then I said I got it. They're like, "Oh, why did I even read for it?" I'm I'm like, so I was like, "No offense, I'll be rude to anybody. This role was built for me. I pretty much played myself." Like,
you were awesome. Yeah, that's how we like to do things on Tires. No one really knows how to act. We just kind of play ourselves.
It was. I will say, like, I've done a few things now. I've never felt so funny in my life than I did in that set.
Yeah,
the grip guy came over and shook my hand.
Those guys are awesome.
Grip guy? Like, it was nuts.
Tires fucking rule. Like,
it was so chill. The costume people, the makeup people. Everyone was amazing. I'm like, how is everyone this cool?
The whole crew is fucking cool as shit. I think part of that is, like, filming it in Philly, right? Yeah. Or, like, around, right? In Pennsylvania. So it's like, some of these people work on, like, there is some production around there. So it's like, they're just a little happier to not be working, cause they work, but it's like not that much cool shit comes around. Like they'll also have to like travel a little bit more, like whatever's going on. So like for them they're kind of at home, they're hanging out, work. They're like the makeup people were all like, it's crazy how much easier you guys are to deal with, and like none of us fucking give a fuck.
Well, and it's all men.
We're all comedians who are like, we are gonna look like shit. None of us expect to look good on TV. We're all like, well, of course we're gonna look like shit. We all look like shit. Shane is hungover. He's about to do like a fucking 5-page speech, and he's like, he doesn't expect to be fucking. I was just like, yeah. Do it. Yeah. Oh, what are you gonna make my hair look good? Like, just fucking give me a little run through, and we're good to go.
Put a little fucking cover on.
No, it's the best. That show fucking rules, and I think I really do. I have very high hopes for season 2. It was so fun to shoot. We actually did it like a fucking, like a real show, whereas the first season was just like
kind of because it
was just like I thought. I've said this before. I thought it was going on YouTube. Like I thought it was like the best YouTube video ever made.
Oh my god!
And it just turned out to be like a pretty shittily made but funny show. And now it's like
so good.
It looks. I mean, season 2 looks.
McKeever's great. He's such a good director too.
McKeever's so fucking.
He's
incredible.
Such because there's ways to direct people where you can feel like I could tell when I did something wrong or I didn't like it, and the way he would word it. Like, because everyone can hear the director talking to you.
Yeah.
But why don't you try it like this way?
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, okay. So in his head, he's like, I hated that first take, but he said it so nicely that I was like, oh, I still feel good about that take, and like, it was.
And you respect, like, working with a director, you just have to kind of like respect what they're like. McKeever does so much work for that show. Where it's like he got, I mean, on the first season in particular, he like edited everything, and now he oversees everything, obviously because he's a director, but like. A lot of it is in his fucking head, where it's like he has such a clear vision for it, and he's really fucking funny.
He's really funny, yeah.
He's made so much good stuff, and he obviously works so great with with Shane. They have such a good history together. But yeah, he's the man, and everybody on there is fucking funny.
Yeah, it's very.
I'm so happy to just have stumbled into a really good show. Like, thank God they just needed, people that are exactly how both of us behave.
Yeah.
You know? Like,
my favorite roles are literally when I don't think I've ever not played myself now.
Yeah.
Like in Bill Burr's Old Dads, I played that fucking pervert on the balcony. I was just this disgusting scumbag. I ate 3 full breakfast burritos in the morning. You're not supposed to eat them. I was so sick. I went home and had salmonella poisoning. I was so violently
so
ill. Yeah,
fucking funny. Yeah, I mean, in the
bad.
first season, I was eating something every scene, and they
Did
were like,
you swallow it?
A lot of it, yeah. I just ate a couple hoagies. Yeah, it didn't fucking. Even this season, there's like a scene where I'm eating. It's hilarious. They're like, there's a scene where I have to have like a weird fucked up lunch, and they gave me a couple like some anchovies, some like weird. It was like a weird, assemblage of shit, and I was like, I think Dave would also be eating chicken tenders and fries. And there's like a Wendy's near where we shoot. I was like, yeah, why don't you go over and grab some nuggets for Dave? And so I just ate a full Wendy's meal with whatever the fuck. And yeah, I just fucking ate all of it.
That's so funny.
I think that's why it's fun. It's like none of us are actually... I mean, we're actors, I guess, but...
double cheeseburger and fries, too? Like, Dave's a piece of shit.
Ooh, folks, It's getting warm out there. We're out and about, sweating, glistening. It's pheromone season. You're going by your even as an animal, it's time to get sexual right now. And there's no company, there's no brand of chewable sex tablets that I endorse more fervently than Blue Chew. Guys, be ready when she needs it and get your first month of Blue Chew free. Great sex is just a few clicks away. Sign up at BlueChew.com, consult with one of our licensed medical providers, and once you're approved, you'll receive your prescription within days. You don't even got to show them your penis over Skype. They'll just ask you some questions. Don't pull it out. I'll tell you that much. Do not do that. Just a couple quick and easy questions. Don't make it, awkward doctor's visits. Don't pull your dick out on Skype when you're talking to the medical professionals at Blue Chew. Blue Chew wants every man to be bricked up like a brick house. That's the mission. What a beautiful. I mean, this should really be this should be a charity. This should be a 501c3 organization because they have one of the most noble goals I can possibly think of, which is hard pricks across America. Folks, we're big Blue Chew fans. I've been on the product for years now, and I love it, and it's only improved my sex life. Make life easier by getting harder and discover your options at BlueChew.com. And we've got a special deal for our listeners. Try your first month of Blue Chew free when you use promo code Stavvy. Just pay $5 shipping. That's promo code Stavvy. Visit BlueChew.com for more details and important safety information. And we thank Blue Chew. We are on our knees. We are on bended knee thanking Blue Chew for sponsoring the podcast. Thank you, Mr. Blue Chew. Thank you for making my cock hard and the cocks of my loser listeners hard, too. And call in. Let us know how Blue Chew worked for you, folks.
I ate these wings once in this Pepsi commercial, and they didn't tell us they weren't fully cooked. Oh. I was so ill. It was and it was non-union, and I got paid $500.
Oh, who doesn't cook the wing? Why would they not cook them?
Because they were so wanting to see the sauce on them. So they just kept putting sauce, and I was like, okay. So I kept bite it again, but this time make it look like real. So
they were telling you to bite it, then it wasn't fucking cooked.
I ate a piece, like, that was kind of soft, and then I ate it was bad. I was so fucking ill. And it's the worst commercial. All I do, it's me bowling. I put my fingers in a bowling ball, and then I eat a chicken wing, lick my fingers. It was so. I'm like, you think this is funny? It's just stupid.
You got paid $500.
Non-fucking union, $500 to get
food poisoning.
So bad.
Believe me, I'm a man who's no stranger to food poisoning from chicken wings. Yeah. I have gotten it multiple times. And
wings need to be chicken.
You gotta fry them hard as fuck.
They need to be well done.
At this point in my, at the age that I am, so this is some of the wisdom I've acquired.
Yes.
Is that you gotta get your wings hard fried.
How old are you?
I'm 35.
Oh my God, you're a young little.
I'm just a little boy.
You're a little cherub baby.
Yeah.
You're a little cherub baby boy.
Many say I look even younger than 35. Wait, how old are you?
I'm 39. Okay. I turned 40 in 2 weeks.
Ooh.
Fuck, I know.
You gonna do something special? What are you doing?
I'm in Toronto. I'm doing Adam Ray's
oh, cool. The
Dr. Phil. Yeah.
Sick.
Yep.
That'll be fun.
And then I'm doing like a sketch show with my old sketch partner.
Are you or do you have any sense of dread for turning 40? A lot of people look at, milestone birthdays
No, I'm so scared of dying.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to die.
Sure,
I hate that. Let's not get into that. Terrified. I cry every night. Don't love that. But I feel...
So you have an ever-present fear of death?
Every single night. I wake up at least once and I think about it and I cry for 5 minutes. I go back to bed. It's so demented.
What the fuck?
No, since I was a kid.
Really?
Since I was like a fucking... my first earliest memories of me, like 3 or 4, my parents coming in and checking on me and being, what's wrong? I'm like, I don't want to die. And they're like, oh, shit. Like, what do you say? Sorry, honey, you're going to die.
It's gonna... Yeah, so why... Yeah, when a kid's little, it's like, that's a long time
and now
away.
I'm like, it's getting pretty close.
Now it's like,
fuck.
Yeah. Now it's within the,
It's within the sphere.
You can do this and kind of...
I can see it.
If you had a fucking,
hovering.
Yeah.
Kaleidoscope is looking pretty clear.
Yeah,
damn. Yeah, Bubblina probably had one of these.
She definitely did. Since you were a kid, really?
It's psycho, yeah. It's very invasive and it takes over my head. And I've tried therapy about it. It does not help.
Doesn't work.
No.
Was there like, did somebody die when you were really young?
No, it makes no sense.
How were you, like, the concept of that? Do you have any idea of how you first thought of it?
No, I don't know. I might have been a movie. It's got to be something fucking
movie.
Weird. And then it just sat
just like
with me.
the worst movie. All Dogs Go to Heaven maybe did it to you.
Oh my god,
that's a fucked up movie.
How dare that movie ever be shown?
Yeah,
fuck you.
It's crazy. I mean, I want to watch. It's been a while since I've seen it, but I remember being a kid and being like, "What the fuck?"
You know what movie really fucked me up? Kids. Where the guy purposely fucks people to give them AIDS.
Oh,
he had AIDS.
Okay. I thought we were still talking about children's movies. I was like,
no, that
like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah,
you watched
didn't see that cartoon?
Yeah, it's like, I think I know why you're scared of life and dying. If you saw
all
that
dogs
at 3.
go to heaven and all dogs have AIDS. You didn't see that movie? Okay, weird.
God damn, that's fucking wild. So you'll just freak the fuck out about
freak
dying.
out. I can't discuss it because I get too into it, and that's it.
Damn.
Yeah. But I'm happy. I'm like, my career's going, and once my special comes out, which is going to be on a major network that I can't say yet, but once that comes out, I think that'll help. And it's going well.
It won't help. It won't help you not think about death.
Oh no, I'm gonna think about it more. God, I want to think about it more, but I'm happy now. I love my dog. I love my boyfriend.
Because like, look, I don't want to die.
Nobody wants to die. Well, some people do.
I've definitely thought. There's definitely been like parts of like the last tour when I was getting that fucked, when I'm getting so fucked up where I'm like, I'm a wildly obese comedian who just took a bunch of pills. I could just not wake up. You know what I mean? Like I would just go to bed being like, it's on the table. I don't wake up. Like I had that thought, but it wasn't like I'm scared of death. It was just like, I have put myself in the position where I could die.
Yes,
not like I'm scared of death overall. So it's just fascinating that you've had, just because you're not scared of actual, like we have two different phobias. Where mine is I'm so unhealthy
that you think
that I literally could die.
Yes,
right?
Yes.
And and yours is just like, death is always around the corner.
It's just because it's always like, I don't think it's gonna be like a freak accident. The idea of getting like older and just dying is like, it's so bad.
Yeah,
it sucks.
Interesting.
Like all this for what? To die?
For what?
What the heck?
Yeah. Well,
I don't want to die.
There's no for what. It's just all this. It's like to have a good time. And then you say that getting old and dying, whatever. But it's like, I don't know. Like I used to be a little more. And then I see my grandmother, and it's like, who cares? She had a nice run of things.
Yeah,
she's okay. She's not freaking out. Yeah, she's 94, 92, something like that. After 90, it's like,
My great-grandfather lived to 104, Bulgarian. Ate garlic and yogurt.
Wow, there you go.
I saw you scarf some yogurt before
this. Yeah.
Toss some garlic cloves in there and you're going to be turned
Not a bad idea. Not a bad idea. Yeah, I don't know. I just feel like, whatever. Life is fucking...
Yeah, let's not talk about it anymore. I'm depressed.
It's fascinating. No. It's just funny to think. I mean, I don't know. I think old age is... That ain't the one I'm worried about. That seems nice.
Yeah, I kind of.
But I know you mean
do nothing. Just sit around and just fucking watch.
Just hang
daytime
out.
TV. Just sitting there eating.
Yeah.
I want to get. Yeah.
I'm kind of excited. And then it's like, you should be able to have a suicide pod if you were like, all right, I've gotten so fat, I'm gonna have a heart attack. Let me get in this suicide pod.
That'd be nice.
Have some hot cocoa. go out.
It's never too late to give up.
That's nice. That's reassuring.
Yeah.
Did you guys both plan on wearing Bucky's t-shirts today?
We didn't plan on it. No.
What the hell?
I had no idea he was doing it, and it was just the first. Here's how I get dressed for this podcast. The first clothes that are within my grasp in my bedroom, I typically put them on.
I was gonna say soiled sweatpants, Bucky's.
I thought they were clean, but
no, they look. Gray sweatpants to me are always soiled. There's probably a jizz stain in there for sure. Or a pee drip.
Sure.
Why do men wear gray? You all have pee drips in your underwear. I don't know what you're doing. Start wearing black.
I wear black most of the time. I don't know.
Or shit stains.
Well, that's what's interesting is that like I don't have
smears?
gray. What's that?
You got smears in your undies?
I would assume so.
You mean assume? You don't look?
Not really.
You've never glanced at your shit stain. I shit myself the other day right before we went on stage.
Really?
Fucked. I had diarrhea and I ran to the bathroom. I went to the wrong change room and I sharted. And then I take off my underwear and I was scrubbing. And Pavi was there and he's like, "What's going on there?" I'm like, "Leave me alone, I shit!" And he's like, "What the fuck?" I'm like scrubbing my underwear and there's no paper towel, no air dryer. So I had to get paper towel and I was like wringing at my crotch. Disgusting. And then I went on and I talked about on stage. Everyone's like this. I'm like, well, what do you want from me? Why are you at my show? Why are you at my fucking show? I thought I was shitting all the fucking time. Sorry, no one sharts. I'm 40. I'm sharting.
I mean, I've had a couple very recent close calls.
You shart. There's no offense. Looking at you.
I would tell you if I sharted. I wouldn't lie to you. I just said I've had a couple close calls where maybe there's more ass real estate to trap the shit.
Okay, yeah.
You know, where it's like maybe I've shit the inside of my ass cheeks,
and
it didn't get all the way. Not as hairy as Eldest, for example, but you know,
hairy ass.
Oh yeah.
Have you ever waxed the hole?
No, I kind of have wanted to try like maybe shaving it or something. Like
go get it waxed. No, I'm telling you right now, it's gonna change your life. More men need to get their ass waxed.
Please wax your ass.
It does not feel. It doesn't hurt that much because you've been wiping your ass your whole life, so it's like raw back there. Once you get it done, your farts are gonna be different. And
wow,
it's nice
I bet it'd be a lot easier to like clean up after shitting.
Yeah,
that sounds awesome.
You don't have a bidet?
I do. But
it's a long story.
He's a bidet skeptic.
I used to be hardcore bidets. Basically, I got a UTI one time.
But I suspect,
from a bidet?
That I suspect was from the bidet.
No.
There's no way.
No chance.
Makes no sense. Why is you putting your pee hole in the bidet?
I'm not, but I was using a toilet seat once. I felt too small for my ass, and I feel like.
And then who's the real culprit? Your huge ass or the bidet? You know.
Well, still, I mean, you think the bidet would be designed? I don't know. I think this UTI was caused by drippings from the bidet.
No, did you
got yeast infections?
Yeah, did you have a
your dick is fucked up.
No. It wasn't like sex related.
Oh, then ugh.
I think it was. I don't know. It was a crazy time. My just immune system in general was not that good.
Yeah, you were up against a lot, dude.
Okay.
You were weakened. You can't blame the bidet. You need a bigger toilet, better quality bidet. You're good to go.
I think a better quality bidet too. This one was like a little messy, but I've used ones before that like it sprays just a little neater, squarely in your
right
asshole.
into your asshole.
Like one of those carnival games.
Yeah.
Like
And they have the directionals. I'm a bidet. I'm a bidet guy.
But ever since that, I've been afraid.
Mm-hmm.
Do you also have the heated one?
You can heat it.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, it's not bad.
Yeah, that's nice.
But I really, you can adjust the power of the squirt. You could adjust the direction of it. That's all important stuff.
I've just been a little scared. It's like, I'll just wipe like normal for now. And if it gets too bad, it's time to shower. That's like, that's a philosophy now.
I shower now almost after every shit. My boyfriend does it and I see him do it and then I feel gross if I don't. So now
he does it every time?
Every fucking time or he'll do this in public. He'll wet a thing. So if he's at the airport and he shits, he'll come out of the stall with his pants up, wet some toilet paper, and go back in the stall and clean his ass.
Why doesn't he just travel with wet wipes?
I don't know. That's bizarre.
Yeah.
But I'll suck his butt right now. It's that clean. Oh, I'd suck his ass. He doesn't never want me to, but it is very clean.
Interesting.
I know, it's nice.
Yeah, I'm such a bidet guy that's actually one of my largest worries about the tour, is that to be away from my bidet.
There's travel ones.
Not the same thing.
I know, but it's just having a little handheld hose back there.
Essentially, a little bottle.
You should get one.
I'll try it.
That's another reason I was like so reliant on the bidet that I was like,
that's true.
I can't like, this is a crutch if I'm like, if I ever need a shit in public, like I can't.
But sometimes we have to persevere, man.
Yeah. You gotta push through here.
You have to. There's times of great adversity. You really prove who you are, Eldest.
Yeah, you didn't see how Bubolino's out there shitting on the fucking side of those ships.
She was shitting right off the dock, dude.
Dipping her ass in there afterwards.
Letting the minnows clean her ass.
And she had a hairier ass than you, probably. There's no way Bubolino's walking around.
Definitely.
No waxing for her.
Folks, I'm not a bug guy. I don't want to see roly-polies around. I don't want to see cockroaches. I grew up in poverty. My friend Eldest over there, he grew up in poverty. As youths, I saw cockroaches at both our houses. If only our parents had had Pesty, the do-it-yourself pest control. They give you the same products the pros use at a quarter of the cost. Their kit makes it so easy, it only takes a few minutes to apply. Other pest control companies charge over $800 per year, but with Pesty, you can get started at just $35 per treatment with a customized plan based on your location, bugs, and climate. It just feels nice knowing my house is free. Will stay bug-free for it's summer. You know, I have some treats lying around. Maybe I've fall asleep a little delicious lemonade. Maybe an ice cream cone melts. I don't want bugs eating my delicious treats. I don't want them swarming. It's easy. The peace of mind I know that I have Pesty keeping the pests controlled in my home. Oh, I sleep like a baby, I'll tell you that much. And, you know, I like all the gear. I'm a gearhead. The kit includes a reusable electronic sprayer. Feels cool. You feel like you're Dale Gribble, a famous exterminator from media. I'm a big King of the Hill guy. Comes with the electronic sprayer, mixing bag, pesticide gloves, and instructions you can complete in less than 10 minutes. Now is the time to protect your home from bugs with Pesty. Go to pesty.com/Stavvy for an extra 10% off your order. That's pestie.com/Stavvy for an extra 10% off. I am more interested in were there Bulgarians is such a specific little country. Were there that many? Because the fact that there's even enough for a church is great. Because Eldest, you went to a Russian one, right? There's Russian and there's Greek Orthodox churches, and I feel like every non-Greek person basically you basically choose whether you want to go Russian or Greek.
I think most of the Bulgarians would just go to the Greek one, but this was a specific Bulgarian one, yeah.
So were you around a lot of Bulgarians growing up, or no?
Yeah, a little bit, because my dad's parents were an arranged marriage from Bulgaria.
Wow, okay.
Yes. So my daddo came to Canada, and then my papa got a photo of him. She flew and met him. They had 3 kids, divorced. He was psycho. My dad was like crazy, jealous. He would like hide in the bushes and like try to like threaten the mailman. I'm like, also my papa wasn't that much of a looker, so
yeah.
I just not think she was like some she was fine, but
yeah. You
know, she wasn't like
not enough to kill a man over.
Yeah.
Not enough to kill a federal employee.
Yeah. So they divorced.
These are your grandparents.
My grandparents. Yeah, they divorced. It was very rare in an arranged marriage. Yeah. Divorce. So then that was it. My daddo and they didn't live together their whole lives, and then. We had some. The Bulgarians they're rude.
So basically, it was just your dad. So basically, you're saying your dad comes from a weirdly broken type of home that maybe was shunned by the other Bulgarians.
Yeah. So once my baba left, that side of the family didn't really talk to her.
Gotcha.
So most of them were in Bulgaria, and there were some here, and then. Yeah, I remember we'd go, my Vucu Stefan was so mean when I was a kid. Because I had this nose, I came out of nowhere. I had a cute little butt nose, and all of a sudden this happened. I think my parents did something. They didn't tell me. I think somebody punched me, and they were like, you're fine. I'm like, no. But I remember it was like Christmas, and we're watching TV, and my Vucu Stefan, ugliest man on the planet. Like, his nose was 3 of mine. And he goes...
That's uncle? Is that Vucu?
Yeah. And he goes, why is your nose so big?
Yeah.
And I'm like, why have you had 4 strokes and you're still alive? I don't know. I have no idea. I don't know how this has happened.
Yeah.
They're mean. They're very rude.
Mean.
They're just like, always like, oh, you gained weight. You're fatty now. I'm like, okay. What the hell?
Foreigners, Greek people like that. Albanians are like that.
There's no filter with these people.
They will just say it. Yeah.
They'll say it. Mm-hmm. And then you're like, well, fuck you. Look in the fucking mirror, asshole.
Yeah. No, I know.
My chicken over here.
My uncle's the fattest man of all time, and he tells me I'm fat ever. And like, not only is he fat as shit, but like when we go to visit, he will take us on these elaborate meals, and then we'll eat what he gets. Or there were times where I'm like, I'm actually not that hungry. They're like, what? You don't want to have 5 entrees with me? And then I call you fat even though I haven't died, even though I have the worst diabetes any doctor has ever seen in his life. Although I'm getting kind of worried. You can only outrun that. You can only play that game so long.
But you look smaller in person, honestly.
Thank you. Yeah.
No, this is the last time I saw you. Have you lost?
Yeah. I've lost a couple. Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. Well, yeah, because in the middle of tires, the snacks around a fucking set.
You can't.
Brutal stuff.
You cannot. It's all nuts. It's all fucking chips.
Yeah.
There's
There's like pastries. There's like snacks every 3 hours. And
no, you got to stop with those. You got to have the fruit.
I was doing real good, and then just tires and Let's Start a Cult, the movie I did. I had to go on a promo run. So like whenever I had off from tires, I had scheduled because I was like, great, I'll work at tires, and then I'll have a couple weeks off to like get in the zone. Because I had taken that whole year to kind of like exercise a little bit, like lose. And I had lost 40 pounds going into tires, and then tires, the movie. Going right into Thanksgiving, cruising right into, and then I had like one healthy week in November, and then here comes Christmas. You know what I mean?
No, you can't.
And so I gained 20 pounds back in the middle of tires.
And you're also not working out when you're fucking on set.
Yeah,
there's no time.
Although you know what, I shouldn't dox where the fuck we shoot actually, but there was a gym near. Bleep out the gym I said. There's a gym close by that I actually got to work. I actually kept my workouts in, but my diet. And obviously, when you're this fucking fat, it's like, okay.
You need to be working. It's insane the amount of working you have to do. Especially in your 30s, you're fucked.
Totally.
It's
totally.
like 3 hours.
No, I was just working out enough. Because, like, all of the year before, I worked out. I did not work out. And what that did was irreparable damage to my body.
Yeah.
So, like, I'm just at the age where it's like, if I hadn't kept up those 3 times a week workouts, I would just, like, I had insane back problems. I just, like, you just start feeling like shit.
Oh, you're a fat blob.
It's not to improve yourself. It's to stave the reaper off you. Like, that's all. So thank God I did that, but I gained weight. So, and then in January, I've been really fucking hitting it.
Okay.
I've been hitting it to get ready for this fucking, in January, February, April, God knows when this comes out. Whatever, fuck you people. We're going on tour and we want to make sure you have fucking episodes. Suck my dick.
Yeah, well, people get PSV backlog?
They do, but they can also
we got a backlog. What are these people think we're doing?
We want Steph's here. We want to talk about tires. Fuck you guys. You would have been singing a different tune if these fucking episodes were shitty in some fucking green room. It's me and Eldis with holding mics with one fucking camera. Fuck you people.
No lighting, no fucking statues. Look at this.
No charming stories of, being a child haunted by death.
Yeah.
You wouldn't have had any of that. With a button nose before.
I'm so pissed. I don't know what happened. I'm so mad. I'll send you guys a photo. You can put up a cute photo of me as a baby. It's so upsetting.
Yeah, we'll have you as a baby, you now, Bubulina. Just the
the evolution. I'm Bubulina. I can't believe it.
So what's your mom's side of the family?
Just like Canadian.
Okay.
Yeah. Normal Canadian. They're fine. Nothing crazy over there.
Nothing special?
No, my family's normal. My mom she still is a Highland dancing teacher, so I Highland danced my whole life.
Highland dance?
Scottish dancing with a kilt and the bagpipes
Really?
my entire life. Yep, 3 to 18, very bizarre. I had a weird life. That is fucking Bulgarian
nuts.
is strange. Every weekend I had no friends. I danced all the time.
So she was like of Scottish origin?
No, my grandma just saw someone doing it at a party once and liked it. My grandma was obsessed with Scotland and the Queen for no reason.
The Queen?
She loved the Queen.
Oh, I guess Canada, weirdly, there was some... that you got to be that level of cuck
to
talk about the Queen in Canada.
She loved it. She had all these books about her, and she'd like have tea and just watch her walk around and just wave. It was very bizarre.
So weird.
Odd stuff. And then I became a disgusting big comedian, and they didn't like it at first. And now they kind of do. I can't tell. No, my dad finds it funny, and that upsets me almost more when I hear him laughing harder at my labia jokes than anybody else. I'm like, what's going on back there? He's
happening? Like, I knew when I was changing those diapers, that was a mess down there.
That was a big pussy. Big. Put a little holy oil on that thing. Let's shrink this thing up. Can you imagine I had a big pussy as a baby? That can't be real. I
don't
can't
think
ask
so.
them. That's so weird.
I don't think it is
I call my
real.
dad right now. Hey, how was my pussy as a baby? He's gonna be like, I'm calling the police.
Did you have other siblings?
I have one sister. Yeah.
Okay.
She's
So he could at least compare to your
Yeah,
sister,
yeah.
you know?
Yeah, yeah,
Because, like,
yeah,
I've
yeah.
seen my nephew has one of the littlest dicks of all time right now, but I'm sure it will blossom into a nice penis.
Wow, okay. Blossom into a
Fingers
nice penis.
crossed. That's
Yeah,
how I know I really love this kid. It's the first time I've ever seen someone and been like, I hope he has a bigger dick than me.
But
I really, for real, that's also how stupid I am. That's legitimately the first thought I had when, like, my brother was changing his diaper. I was like, I hope that dick gets bigger than mine. And I really believe that, and I really hope that for him.
I'm glad it is small. If a baby had a huge dick, that would be so
That'd
fucking
be
creepy.
fucking awesome.
That'd be insane. Hanging out the side of the diaper, this massive hog. Ew. My dad has this fucking photo in his wallet. It's his favorite joke. He shows everybody.
Yeah.
He's like, you want to see me as a baby? I'll get him to send it to me right now.
And it's
this photo.
I
don't
think
know
I've
where-
seen it.
It's
Yeah,
this
yeah.
black and white photo with this baby with a huge cock, and it's just hanging down. He got it laminated. That's how funny he thinks this is. It's in his wallet right now. It's crazy.
Your dad sounds awesome. That's
It
fucking
is,
so
yeah,
good.
it is so funny.
That is so good.
He shows everybody. He's like,
Honestly, if some fucking, like, middle-aged guy came up to me and was like, you want to see a picture of me as a baby? And he showed me that. I don't think I would be able to stop laughing for whatever, like,
fucking funny.
baptism I was at that he showed
oh,
me.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh,
It's
you know
like-
he's showing it at baptism.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's
he
like
loves it.
weddings. It's like
Yeah.
times where you see people.
Oh, yeah. He's showing it. He's definitely showing it.
That's a great bit. I respect your dad for that.
It is a good
one.
bit. I love a bit you can drag on for years.
Yeah.
Like every
That's
time, my bit is like anytime I see a girl wearing something like super revealing, I go, oh, I almost wear the same thing.
Yeah,
Like that's my
yeah,
bit. And I've been
yeah,
doing
yeah,
it since like
yeah.
high school because it's like obviously I'm not
Classic.
gonna wear that classic. Just a long bit that you can just say
Yep.
whenever to whoever.
A life-defining bit.
Like a life defining bit.
Yeah.
It's fun.
We've got a couple of those just being fucking stupid. I mean, just the way me and Els talk to each other, it's like we barely have to register thought. It's just saying his dick is small, saying he's gay and he wants to have sex with me,
And that's
you
it.
know, and that just kind of like for eternity. And you know what? We'll tune it out, but then like every once in a while, I'll just laugh legitimately.
Yeah.
Like even though this is what we've been saying for close to at this point 20 years.
20 years.
We've known each other since kindergarten, but we've
Oh my God.
started with the dick jokes probably when we were what, 15?
Yeah, probably.
Kindergarten.
Yeah.
Oh, you're both Baltimore. Is
Yeah.
Timonian near that?
Yeah, I mean it's the
What the fuck is
shitty
that?
burbs.
I hate that place.
It's yeah.
I fucking hate that place. I'm never fucking going back there.
Timonium's horrible.
Timonium's hell.
Magoobies does have a special place in my heart.
Does it? The fucking
I
John Deere
started
factory
there, you know.
fuck me up the ass.
Yeah.
One of the worst weekends of my life. I'm like, I'm going back to Canada. I'm gonna hand my green card and I don't deserve it. It's hell. No, I'm sure when there's people there, it feels good.
Yeah, yes.
But when it's just the bottom,
Ooh, believe me, I've done some tough.
whoa.
When it's just the bottom and
Just
it can
the
fill
bottom.
350.
Yep.
And there's no way to not feel that because it goes up.
There's no way.
It's not like it just is a long room that you could put some fucking curtains behind. No, it goes. You see the empty amphitheater.
Oh, you're just seeing your
Yeah.
emptiness, blackness staring
Yeah.
back at you while you're just doing pussy jokes
Yeah,
to
yeah.
silence. Or the worst is because I do so many act outs, doing a big act out and getting no laugh. It's pathetic. I feel like this is what a cuck would feel like if I was like watching my wife and I couldn't get hard. Like
It's impotent.
That's what that is.
No,
it is.
you're right. That is an act out to silence
To
is
silence.
impotence.
It's way worse than a punchline bombing.
Yeah,
way
yeah.
worse.
Oh, way worse.
Like it's pathetic.
You could pretend a punchline was just another thing you're
Yeah.
saying and speed through it, but you can't,
I can't
take the stool off
No.
your chin, pick it up, be like, all right,
stand
well,
up. Fully lying down. That's committing to a bed. Jesus. Oh God. Brutal. Yeah.
You're a veteran of so much. Magooby's Joke House, Toronto, being shunned by the Bulgarian community in Toronto. So you have a lot of wisdom.
I have a lot of wisdom.
Steph.
Let's give your fans some wisdom.
Let's put in right here. Maybe by the time this airs, hopefully we know when your special's coming out, where, and so
where.
right
We'll put
now
that
we're doing
right
it
here.
right now.
What a blast I had on Stavvy's World. And I can finally announce it. I have a special on Netflix June 24th called Filth Queen. Please go watch it. And if you don't like me, hate watch it. Just leave it on anyways. Also, season 2 of Tires. Please check that out. Not only because Stavvy's in it, but also because I'm in it and I play his wife. Isn't that right, Susan? Susan? I swear that's her name. June 24th on Netflix.
And of course, see us both on Tires this season. We don't know. Maybe we know when that date is too. Who's to say? I don't fucking know. Come see me on the tour, or the tour's already over. I don't really know. It probably is, actually, now that I'm thinking about it.
That's so
wow,
funny.
I'm dead.
No.
Yes.
We're both dead. That was so sad.
That would be
Oh my
sad.
God, no.
Eldest, you'd have to release it, man.
You'd have to.
Oh, I would release everything that we have banked already. Just,
And then what I would do is chop it up into like, he would take every podcast, make them 45 minutes so that he could
Part
so that he could live off of me a little longer, even when I'm dead.
sorry, the calls are gonna be Patreon only for the next 2 months.
While he desperately tries to program me into an AI.
That's so
He's
funny.
feeding every podcast we've ever done into an AI. He'd be like, we have to figure this out. I just bought a car. All right, what do we got, Eldest?
Hi. Hi, Stavvy. Hi, Eldest. Hi, guest. So this is kind of my question. So I have been dating my boyfriend for almost a year. It's going really well. We've decided to move in together.
Nice.
But my question is, we kind of have different sex drives. His is definitely lower than mine. He's okay with like once or twice a week. I'm okay. I'd rather do 4 or 5 times a week, so we tend to meet in the middle a lot.
Respect to this woman.
Yeah.
I've asked him, like, is there anything you'd like me to do to, like, help? Is there anything I can do? And he said no, like, he's really happy with everything. He just has a lower sex drive. So there's that. But I guess my question is, because right now I have my own apartment I can masturbate in.
Nice.
But
Congrats.
if we move in together, I kind of don't have that private space. So I guess kind of my question is, how do I safely masturbate without my boyfriend kind of feeling ashamed or feeling
like less of a man?
I don't know, inadequate.
Right.
But,
Holy shit.
Yeah, that's kind of my question. Thank you. Thank you for the show. It's great.
Wow, thank you. Tough stuff. It's just, she's like, is there anything I could do? He's like not looking up from his game. He's like, no, I'm good. No, it's good.
I think she should just fucking masturbate whenever the hell she wants.
Sure.
It's you share a space now, and if he doesn't want to fuck, I'm like, once or twice a week. I need every day, or I get pissy.
Wow.
I'm a fucking pervert.
That's how we keep. That's how we keep fucking Shooter Junior around.
I'm sucking his balls every morning. I wake up, I'm like, good morning, sweetie. You're never getting away. I feel, no, if he doesn't want to fucking do it more, you masturbate wherever the hell you want, whenever the hell you want. I agree.
I mean, beating, you can't be ashamed to beat. Like, let's just, again, look at this from the other side.
Oh, sorry.
That's okay.
Got a post on TikTok.
Nice, hilarious fucking ringtone. The fuck is that?
That's literally my posting on TikTok alarm. Sad. Pathetic and sad. Maybe I want to die, actually. You know what? Fuck this. Posting on fucking TikTok alarms.
Yeah, I mean, what is the... You know, when you put it that way... What's 70 years of social media posting? Just take me now.
I feel like, also, does he not leave the house? Like, how long do you take to masturbate? I need 3 minutes.
Yeah.
Max.
I'm liking a lot of what I'm hearing here, Steph. That's great.
I just really feel like, you know what, get him to go out. The second he leaves, have a little thing, or be like, I'm having a nap. Excuse me, give me some privacy and go in there. How loud's your vibrator? Maybe get a smaller one that's...
What's he up to? First of all, he's like I said, he's definitely gaming while you're beating off.
Yeah, so he can't hear you.
Yeah. How long have they been dating too?
She said a year. Didn't she? A year? She said
a year is a little.
I thought she said that.
A year is a little soon for your for just like.
Maybe not.
For you to knock off to once a week as a man, in my opinion.
I think no. That's
a year is kind of crazy. Like this. Look, if you guys have been together for a few years and you realize, hey, just our natural rhythms, there should still be a little bit of. Just a little excitement to get you over, especially if your girlfriend's beg. It'd be different if like both of you were just kind of a once or twice a week. But if like your girlfriend's begging you at a year in,
and you need
I'm a little scared about that personally.
Yeah, it feels like she's like asking the wrong question here. The question isn't like, how do I masturbate in private when like I don't have my own space anymore? It's more about like, is it Is it adequate for him to be like, nah, I'm good, when you're like, I want to fuck more?
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
that
yeah,
is
yeah.
a little weird.
When it's the base, when you're building your relationship right now, and he's like, no, I'm good.
Yeah.
It's
Also,
yeah. Does he have low T? Like, is this guy healthy? Does he have low T? Because I can tell you again, your sex drive is much lower when you're, a fat drug addict than when you're like going to the gym. Just speaking hypothetically here, of course. Than when you're going to the gym and like, and like taking care of yourself. Because like, how old is he? Maybe we don't want to shame him. Maybe he just is. I'm sure there are once or twice a week guys, but man.
Yeah, I wonder if like he is older. That would change it in my mind a little. But they're like close. If they're close to the same age, that is a little weird.
But if he said I'm happy about this, also I'm like, also does she not have any doors in this apartment? I'm confused. Go to the bathroom.
Yeah, beating off. Listen, you're gonna figure out how to beat off.
Yeah, you go to the bathroom, put the shower on. Have
worrying
a nice
about this is crazy.
Yeah.
Because like again, this usually it's the flip side, right? Usually it's the
guy wants
the guy,
more.
and like
Yeah.
we're all experts at getting a quick beat in, right?
Yeah,
We've done it our whole
yeah.
lives since we were 12 years old. Because we've had to, first we were hiding from our parents, now we're hiding from our wives. But but I would, and so you're fine there, even when you move in, whatever. I just, maybe maybe you're just talking to a podcast full of freaks, right? Full of sex freaks. But to me, I would just, and it's not just the sex, it's like, you're so early on where it's like, this is something that's pretty important to you, and it doesn't really feel like, I mean, she says we kind of meet in the middle. My hunch is you meet closer towards him.
Yeah.
This, I would say the thing I would be wary of is compromising too much towards him on things that are important to you. Because certain things are deal breakers. I'm not saying this is when you're very happy again. Maybe this isn't. I'm just saying I would be cognizant of that, of like, do you find yourself kind of caving a little more to keep harmony, especially, which is hilarious when what we're talking about caving is sucking him off.
Yeah.
Letting him suck, like
having sex one more time a week. He's like, I just can't.
Come on.
Really? This again? You
I
want
have
me
to
fuck
cook
you?
up a parlay, you fucking bitch.
Yeah, I feel like maybe there should be another more open question with her being like, look, I want this.
Yeah.
Not just like, oh, you're okay. Like, I want this.
Yeah.
Let's figure that out.
And if you've thought all this through, great. Ignore us and just beat off. I think you'll find it's easy to find times to jack off.
Yeah, there's a lot of waterproof dildos. Just get into the shower. And
but even her saying she doesn't want him to feel inadequate kind of informs my guess here. Because she's not even, she's really thinking about this. She's not even saying, she's like, I have made peace with the fact that I'll have to jack off more than I fuck. But I don't want him to feel sad that he doesn't fuck me. And it's like,
well, at this point,
he can feel a little, he doesn't have to feel, don't make him feel bad, but it's like, if you were fucking constantly taking the trash out and he was just sitting there, he would probably feel inadequate or he would feel embarrassed. It's like, and maybe we'd like to not think of sex as a chore of a relationship, but sometimes it boils down to that. You know what I mean? It's like there are some and it's like maybe you guys have struck an agreement, but he also has to live with that agreement personally. You don't have to pretend he's some great cocksman.
Yeah.
You're like, I accept you for your, but I'd like to get my shit cracked open a couple more times a week.
He should feel like a little cognitive dissonance when he's like watching the football game and she's like playing
this
with her
could be
pussy,
Saul.
like,
You literally could fuck it's like you don't want to fuck your girlfriend? And like, you haven't fucked her since Monday. It's Thursday. You wouldn't mind getting your dick sucked.
Like you live together. That's the thing. You live. If you're not together, it's fine. But I'm like, I'm horny all the time.
Yeah, I know. I mean, like I think that's. So I would say, keep everything we said in mind. Think critically about whether you are truly getting your needs met, and if you are, and if we're just sounding alarms for no reason, you'll be able to sneak a couple jacks in, no problem.
Sneak a couple fingerings in there. It'll be good.
Hey, Stav. Hey, LD. Love the podcast. Love the movie. Congrats on everything you got going on. I'm 29, and I'm dating a girl who is 25. She'll be 26 this month.
Uh-oh, age gap.
We've been together for 2.5 years now. But I was kind of her first everything, first kiss, first boyfriend.
Whoa.
Okay.
Just for a little context, she does come from older parents who are pretty conservative and traditional.
Don't kiss a guy till 23, conservative?
But about a year into our relationship, she helped me get sober and helped me through a pretty tough time in my life. And I'm pretty sure that I am sure that she's the one that I want to be with and I want to marry. Nice. Also, she's way hotter than I have any right to be dating, so that definitely helps add to that.
How that feels.
So I want to get married. It's something that, because I was her first, she also pictures that, like, I'm kind of the Prince Charming, that she found like
Prince
her
Charming
one and
that
only
she
for
got
life,
to stop doing heroin. I missed that part of Snow White, where she's fucking dragging Eric's head out of a gutter,
getting the needle out of his arm.
No, sorry. I'm sure you have a beautiful relationship. It's a comedy program. Go ahead, Eldest.
She found like her one and only for life, and I think that's great, and I'm happy to be that. I already bought the ring.
Nice.
Okay.
I'm ready to propose, but she's starting to kind of put the pressure on, and I think part of it is because she still lives with her parents, and she still has a curfew. She's never been able to spend the night at my place.
Spent the night?
So definitely like really conservative, really old school, and I think she's just kind of sick of it. So my only worry is she really just putting the pressure on because she wants out of this situation? She's even told me, like, hey, if we're married by the end of 2026, I'm not going to bother moving out and getting my own place because we'll just be together at that point. But is that kind of a red flag that,
you bought the ring?
No about our relationship?
You're on the same page.
Yeah, you want to marry her.
You bought the ring, bro.
She wants out of the fucking house. Get her out of her fucking psycho parents' house.
You're on the same page. Like, this would be different if you were like,
I don't know if I want to get married.
Yeah, and by the way, if you were to say like, hey, I'm her first, she comes from this weird background. I'm her first relationship. I just am a little worried because I'd like her to. She's never really, she's never even lived as an adult on her own. She's never fucking paid rent. She's never like fucking called, a cable company or an internet company. Like she hasn't done basic things. You would be if you said, hey, I'd rather like spend a little more time and maybe she can actually spend the night at my house. If you said any of those things, then I would kind of be on your side about is she trying to pressure me just to get out of this relationship? But you just said she's who I want to be with. I bought the fucking. You
bought the ring.
You spend 3 months' salary. I'm gonna guess $900 on the ring, right? Like you've done it, right? So you're right now, and we'll finish the call. But basically, you're mad that she's on the same page as you, essentially, because you want to propose to her. So anyway, let's just keep that in mind. But let's finish up. Let's see what he has to say.
Flag that I have no doubts about our relationship or anything. But more so just that, is she trying to speed up the timeline just so she can get out of this situation?
Because it's like, dude, literally, we'll even find red flags. This girl is like what every male like misogynist podcaster talks about. She is a virgin who wants to marry you, who like she's never fucking. There's no body count. There's body count
STDs.
zero. There's no
She's
STDs.
the only person on the planet with no HPV.
She
wants marry her.
She wants you. She's talking about being a fucking trad wife. Even this woman, her boyfriend's like,
I don't know.
Is she fucking out to get me secretly?
The fuck? You have the ring. You want to marry her. You have no qualms.
Yeah, it doesn't. Unless
she wants out, of course, but she wants to live with fucking Hitler. What the hell? Get her out of the house.
Go ahead, Eldest. Let's finish this up before we really.
Kind of lorded over and controlled by her older conservative parents. So, what do you think? Do you think I should try to speed up the timeline as well? Like I say, I have the ring. I'm ready to go. But the only thing that gives me hesitation is how desperately she's trying to get
because you love her. You love each other, apparently.
Thanks, LD. Thanks, Jess. Bye-bye.
Also, wouldn't you also want her out of the situation? Yeah. Wouldn't you want to fuck your virgin wife?
Yeah, overnight.
At your house? Living together?
They have fucked. She just hasn't spent the night, right? It seems like it.
I would assume so. He didn't specify, though.
But yeah, I know what you're saying. Like, yes, if we're taking everything he's saying at face value, I love the woman I love who helped me get sober.
Yes.
Who I know I want to be with so much I purchased a ring already.
Rings purchased, yeah.
Is eager to marry me.
Can't wait.
She's living somewhere annoying and would rather be with me, the love of her life, than the annoying living situation she's in.
Yes.
Does that mean she's got ulterior motives? Like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Buddy, put the ring on her
now. It's crazy that you've made us one of the most like, you should fuck 100 people and like, don't get married young. You've made us be like, why aren't you marrying this virgin?
I'm annoyed by this.
Usually my advice would be like, to this girl, my advice would be like, are you really ready to get married? You know what I mean? But like, whatever. You guys have figured it out. And who knows? Who knows what happens? But like, you might have just hit the sweet spot of somebody who has just enough conservative values to never want to go crazy.
Yeah.
But not enough that she doesn't want to live that way. You know what I mean? Like, you might both have just been perfect for each other in your lives, right?
You cracked the case here.
So it's crazy that you've got us to be like, yes, you should marry this virgin who's never kissed another man. But you figured out a way to get us to do it somehow. I just don't. And look, maybe this is just natural. Everyone has cold feet. Everyone overanalyzes. And, marriage is ultimately a commitment. And it's like, but everything he said, he's cool with all that stuff. All the stuff that somebody else might find a little weird. He's all good with.
And then I think a red flag would be her saying like, oh, if she had mentioned any other man or wanting to fuck anybody else, that's a red flag to me.
Right.
But her just wanting to be with you and to get out of her parents' house, that's the... Yeah. Who the fuck? I lived with my parents for 3 months during COVID and I almost killed them both. You can't be with your family at this age anymore. You're 26 with your family.
Yeah.
Get her out.
Yeah.
Get her out.
Yeah.
Suck her fucking STD-free pussy right now. Get her out of your fucking house.
I agree.
It's bizarre.
Yeah, dude. I guess... Whatever. I don't know why you're having these second thoughts, but we can tell you from everything you're fucking saying, don't worry about it.
Get her out.
Get in the zone.
Get in the zone.
AutoZone.
AutoZone.
Take her to AutoZone.
I love AutoZone.
It is kind of nice.
They got it all in there. You talk to them, they order right to your house.
It's pleasing, all the boxes and stuff. They let you use the little scanner when your check engine light comes on.
I know. They get out there, you chat with them.
What else we got, Eldis?
Hey, Stavvy, Elvis, and esteemed guest. I'm 5'7" with a huge rack.
Nice.
I just need a little bit of advice. So I'm a longtime East Coaster my whole life, and I'm living on the West Coast now for the first time. And it's a big adjustment socially. I'm having a little bit of trouble making friends. Especially because I'm in like a brand new career as well, brand
with
new
a
industry.
Big rack. Maybe that's
more corporate. And
I think that should only help.
This has nothing to do with her tits at all.
No,
just saying I have a huge rack for no reason.
So that I would listen more intently.
Okay. I was like, meet people say that they might not like that.
That's like rush service. Like you get priority in the queue.
That's crazy. Wow, huge rack. Okay, that threw me off.
It's a brand new industry. Much more corporate and like, I don't know, what's the word, vain than the last jobs I've had. And I think I'm pretty agreeable. I think I'm a pretty easygoing person to get along with. But I'm just having trouble like connecting with people out here. And I'm struggling. And I think I come across as really shy, which I'm actually not. I'm just trying to like be chill in front of people. But I'm worried that that's making me come across as shy and like not interesting. So I guess my question is, how much of my actual personality do I let out in front of these people? And what's the best way to make friends with Californians when you're not used to being around Californians? If you have any expertise in the area. I'd really appreciate any help. Love the show, longtime listener. I think you might be the love of my life. Talk soon. Thanks so much, Stavvy. Bye.
Hey.
Who knows? Well, we're coming on the West Coast on the tour, although it's already gone by now. So.
Hey, DM. Hope maybe she's already DM'd you. There's huge tits. I don't know how you text those things in the way. I will say, okay, this is very relatable.
Yeah.
Because I moved from Toronto.
East Coast.
I'm East Coast Toronto. I moved to Los Angeles. It was very hard to make friends because Californians are very in their own way. what you have to do is find people who aren't from California. All of my friends were not. I started
Transplants.
and I have friends now that aren't in the business. So because I was like, it was just comedians, like male open micers that I fucking hated. I started going to this coffee shop. I ended up yapping this one girl's ear off. We kind of got friends. I got a dog. Went to the dog park. You have to find things outside of your shit. Like literally, I became good friends with this girl because our puppies were friends.
Right.
So like anything else, if you can join a sports team, if you have time for that, or like just try to do something outside your work people, because those are probably not the people that you want to hang out with.
Right. I think work people is like, you don't want to put out your personality. You want to give just enough.
Yeah.
You want to put just enough. You want to be amenable. You want to be agreeable, whatever. If they think you're shy, who really gives a fuck? The people that you work with, half the time they're not ever going to be your friends.
Yeah.
Like you just don't want, and you don't even necessarily want that, right? I think what you said is great. It's like you have to start building your life outside of that. And yeah, California people can be a little strange, but also, they're a little chill. They're a little too chill sometimes. A little flaky, whatever.
Yeah.
A little fake to your face, whatever. But yeah, the transplant advice is really good advice, I think.
I also think what you should do is maybe if you want to like show them a little more personality, maybe have a dinner night, maybe plan a dinner party or have something where you invite your work friends and do because sometimes if you all go out and you all get kind of drunk, you're like, oh fuck, this person is kind of cool, but you didn't realize it works. So maybe try that if you want to. I don't know.
Absolutely.
See them
in the past, when I've had like a couple, when I did have day jobs, it's like, yeah, it's not going to happen at work. You got to kind of take it to and happy hours are the easiest thing in the world. Just be like, hey, want to go grab some drinks, whatever. But even just being like, hey, I'm having a barbecue, or like, let's go to this place and get drinks on a
weekend or
some
something.
random, watch a sports game.
Go take them. Here you go. I can hook her up. Come see me at the Comedy Store.
There we go.
I'll get you tickets. You'll look cool. Bring a couple friends because you don't have to talk to them.
That actually is comedy shows are a great idea.
They're great.
Yeah,
you come, you get some drinks, you talk before the show starts. The show starts. Someone's gonna bomb because somebody always bombs. You all make fun of that person. You're all excited, and then you go home, and that's it. You had a nice bonding. I think that's a good idea.
I do think comedy and the thing is like we don't even think about it because it's been our entire life since God knows when. But most people go to like 5 comedy shows in their life.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, yeah, sure, there's some like super fans that come out and see you, but like most regular motherfuckers will like. It's a special night out. It's a fun, interesting thing to do.
You dress up. You can get pre-drinks. You can have like it's very, and that's the time for you to be like, I show that you are fun and interesting, and you can like joke around about the comics after and show them that you're like that's a cool thing to also bring people to.
Yeah, that's a good friend. That's a good friend thing because like some people say for dates, it's like.
Hell for dates.
You don't want to do it for dates.
It's bizarre
but
for
like,
dates.
For dates, it's like sometimes an earlier date, it's like, you want to go on your first date and like just see if you are compatible. But then like a movie is a pretty good early date because it's, again, not that much pressure. You don't have to fill up 4 or 5 hours of conversation.
Yeah.
You have a shared experience. You have something to talk about. And this is kind of like a much better, this is like a funner like friend thing of where it's like, oh yeah, you'll always be able to just chat about the thing, and then and
then on Monday you all could be like, remember that we were still talking about the one comedian we all hated.
Totally.
It's probably gonna be me, so it'll be great. Can all bond over how bad I was.
They made fun of the one guy's shirt, and it was a thing the comedian will never think about again.
Yeah.
For the rest of his life, it will haunt him.
Sit up front.
But yeah, I think like if you want to peel off the few interesting people, that you like from your job, that's and kind of slow. You don't want to hit them with your personality right away.
No.
It's a slowly kind of leak out who you are. And then otherwise go make friends outside of it. All those ways Steph was saying, but moving is tough.
And it also making friends at this age is weird.
Really tough and weird.
Like you feel bizarre. Like I literally met this girl at a coffee shop and I was like, I know this is weird, but I want to be friends with you. She's like, okay, me too. And then you feel like a pervert, but you're like,
right.
Because it's kids, you're like, okay, we're friends now. But as an adult, you're like, can I have your phone number?
Yeah.
Enjoy your conversation. I'd like to see you again. You feel strange doing it.
I'd love to see you again to someone you don't want to fuck.
Yeah.
It's hilarious to say.
Yeah.
But I think the thing about, especially the West Coast, I think a lot of people find themselves transplants to the West Coast. So it's a little easier to like, that's a little more in the culture of like picking up a friend.
Yeah.
Especially if you're in a city where, like, New York is like this. I don't know if she said she's in LA or if she's in just California.
Yeah.
But, like, if you're particularly in a city where a lot of people are just fucking children, like, a lot of adults are just children forever in New York. Same thing as LA. It's a little easier than some places. But, you know, either way, good luck. We're rooting for you.
Show Stavvy your huge rat.
If you have to send me a picture of your knockers, I wouldn't be too mad. If you have to. What else we got, Eldis?
Hey, Stavvy baby and co. My wife and I don't have a ton of sex. But a couple months ago, I went on a trip with my family, and she stayed home. And the night before I left, she threw down with a vigor that I haven't experienced in a long time. She was pretty crazy, you know, gave me the best blowjob I've had in a while.
Respect.
She was very enthusiastic, and we were very into it. And I'm just wondering, how do I get that same energy without constantly having to go on trips by myself?
This guy's about to be dealt a fucking double diamond platinum medallion.
Go on trips by myself, or making her abandonment issues worse.
Interesting.
For context, she told me what every guy wants to hear during, and she said, do whatever you want to me. And I was so taken aback that the only thing I could think of was to do some finger stuff with her butt. And afterwards, she even said, that's all you had.
Damn, bro.
I'd like
Holy
another chance
shit.
to prove myself.
I got other stuff. Gulp.
To prove myself, but I just don't know how to get that energy from her without, you know, leaving.
Well, I'm sort of understanding why.
So yeah, any advice you have would be great. Love the new weight loss series. I hope it works this time.
Okay.
Wow, okay.
Maybe
What
if
the
it
heck?
doesn't, you should.
Well, I'm glad you can't fuck your wife, pal. I'm glad you somehow got cucked just by your wife's expectations.
Yeah, what the heck?
Oh, fucking Pinky, do whatever you want. One knuckle in her ass. Fucking amateur. Learn how to fuck your wife, chief. Hey, I hope that works next time too. I hope your fucking wife comes next time too. You fucking animal. Go ahead, I'll just finish this fucking thing.
And maybe if it doesn't, you should get in some PEDs and get zemped up. And
how about
you and Foley can have your own weight loss challenge.
What are you fucking talking about?
Thanks.
This is why you're blowing it.
Why do you add
This
that
is
on
why
there?
you're blowing it with your wife, man. Your general lackadaisical demeanor. You have honestly no. She clearly wanted to be dominated, and all you could think of was a fucking thumb in her ass, which is standard stuff, man.
And he also, the problem with me with that was that he said, put it in her butt. Like, if you're saying butt instead of fucking fingered or fucking ass, something's wrong.
Yeah.
Like, you gotta fucking man up. Maybe if you want her to be more energetic, then fucking do this to her. Out of nowhere, fucking start fooling around with her and be aggressive. I think she sounds like she wants that.
It does feel like she wants some aggression here. And also, like, you know, in the...
That's all you got?
That's all you got from your
wife. If my
wife.
boyfriend said that, I would myself. That's all you got? I'd be like, what?
But I have to say, it is like, that's one thing, like, to get it from a woman who was like totally subservient to you is actually devastating on levels. Where it's like I've definitely hooked up with people where I was like, oh man, this really is more of a challenge. You know, where they're like they're like submissive, but like also like out of their fucking minds a little bit. And it's like, or they were like really nice, and then it's like this fucking crazy. And I do feel like, oh, I have to like really fuck the shit out of this person, or I'm like embarrassing myself.
Okay.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's a challenge where it's that's all you got is like, you could have done anything, and it's just like, that would truly,
But what more really can you do when somebody asks? Would she want to be slapped or choked?
Probably
maybe?
slapped, choked, fuck her mouth in a wild way. Fucking toss her around. It's just more of
Change
an
the
animal.
position pretty crazy.
Yeah, it's just more of a like, it's an energy thing, and this guy is so low energy. Like, that's the thing. It's like you want to be ravenous. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, and he doesn't seem like he's just like, golly, that was a nice beeger. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
you have a little bit too aw shucks energy, and that's the problem here. Is that like my knee jerk reaction when he's like, how do I get this out of my wife? Is like, why are you asking us? Why aren't you asking your wife?
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like,
and change things up a bit more. Don't just when you're leaving. Clearly, not a lot's happening in this relationship. That you leaving is getting her going, ooh, something different. Like maybe do some other shit.
Yeah, maybe she wants you to like. You should talk to her about. You should be like, that was fucking sick. It caught me a little off guard. I'd love to, like, how can we get in that zone more? That was awesome. Now the problem is.
You brought up your weight loss.
No. The problem is that, like, unfortunate, like, in some instances, probably what she wants is for him to just take control. Yeah. Right? Like, and so meekly asking, how do I get head like that again? Like, might not do it.
No. That's not a turn on.
But at the same time, communication is important, right?
Yes.
So it's like, you should say, like, hey, that was, you can talk to her about it, and then once you know for sure what she wants, that's when you have to, like, spring into action, right?
Yeah.
Like, and yeah, I would say, like, it sounds like she wants you to really get in the zone a little bit more. So and all the other thing that sometimes with these sex questions that people miss out on is, like, this can be a symptom of other shit. Like, what's your relationship like?
Yeah.
Like, does she respect you as a man? Like, how are you like, are you like, are you provide, like, all this shit that, like, affects a relationship? Do you pull your weight around the house? Do you like all this all that stuff goes into sex. So it's like,
and also, like, if you leaving, like, is he just home all day, all the time, just sitting around like an idiot? And then the second he gets up to leave, she's like, like, there's got to be something else there.
Yeah, she cheating on you? You went on a trip. She's like, I got to practice these new moves for my fucking boyfriend, so I'm going to practice them on my fucking cuck husband. Is that what happened? Who's to say? But no, I think you have to, like, have a little discussion, and then, like, you got to be a little more assertive, in my opinion.
Yes, a lot of this comes from way more of a discussion. I think that a lot of people are scared to have, which is strange. But
yeah, you could just, and you don't want it to be. You want it to happen when it's not. The vibes are not sexual at all. You want it to. You want to separate the act. You don't want to be turned on and be like, so what do you want me to do? Because that's you know what I mean? Like, that sucks, when you're in the zone. You want this to be like a cold, rational discussion of what you want in this area of your life. And then when it's actually fuck time, you just want to take those lessons
and just fucking
apply them.
Ravish her.
Yeah. Do your best, buddy.
Ravish.
Do your best. What do we got, little Eldis?
Eldis, honored guest. Really simple question. How do I give less of a fuck about what other people think?
Mm-hmm.
I'm tired of worrying about offending people that are wholly fucking offensive. And I don't want my brain space to be taken up with worrying about whether I've offended their, antiquated viewpoints and worldviews.
Oh, man.
That's it.
We're going to need a little more context on what you think an antiquated viewpoint is.
And who is he saying this to? Why is he surrounding himself with people that already find him clearly very offensive?
Yeah.
You got the wrong friend group, pal.
Offensive is so interesting because it's like, are you talking about, like, are we talking to someone who's in like kind of an oppressive situation, or are we talking to a cowardly racist who wants to say slurs more? I don't think so, but it's like, but once you start saying offensive,
you just like,
you're like, oh, what are you offended? It's just, they've taken that word from us, where it's like, anyone who's like, I don't even give a crap about being offensive. It's like, I'm a little, and I don't think that's what's going on here. Maybe what's going on is that, like, I don't know, he doesn't believe in himself enough. Like, I don't, it's kind of, he's just being so vague.
Yeah, like
that I don't know what you mean.
I don't know what you mean. It's like, I need to know. Are you trying to say the N-word? Because I'm not going to help you here.
Right.
I'm not going to be like, well, don't hang out with black people. Like, I don't know what. I'm not supposed to say this fucking guy. Because at the beginning, the not giving a fuck, I was like, oh, I'm relating to this totally. Because Once I turn fucking like my 30s, I'm like, I don't give a shit about anybody anymore, about myself. But this is like, what do you want to say?
Yeah, the offensive thing is interesting, and like the viewpoints thing was like, because on a personal level, I definitely know what it feels like to care what people think about you.
Yes,
and like
yes,
so
yes.
much, like you said, when you turn 30, I really think it was in my 30s for sure, where I was like, why do I give a fuck?
You can't,
and I really like got to the root of it and like worked on that stuff in therapy about like just kind of like, you know, actually being assertive about what I want and like all this kind of stuff. And that's fair. All that stuff is very fair personally to want that. But I just don't know what you mean about like, and it's not, but that to me is not about viewpoints and worldviews. No. To me, that's about like how you're treated on a personal level. Like, is that what you're talking about? Are you like...
Yeah, he's going to have to call back in.
I need to know a little more. Elda's great screening, dude. Just the fucking most nonsense, It's all, there's like, you know...
Because it's not a simple question.
I also don't know what he means. How do I give less of a fuck about what other people think?
I feel like this is like a crazy Trumper.
It could be, or it could be a guy, somebody who wants to go trans. You know, we don't know.
Oh yeah, yeah.
You know, it's like because that's the hard part. Is like,
yeah.
Does he think antiquated viewpoints are the gender binary, or does he think that like now race mixing has been around since the 50s and that's antiquated?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, because like depending on which one, we're on your side. You know, but
yeah, that one's
I
hard.
think in general. Maybe this vagueness is also a symptom of like this guy doesn't believe in himself. He can't even bring himself to say what he wants.
And it might not. Maybe it's
about.
Something like so even like not even that offensive. Like he just.
Yeah.
Maybe he's just like a sweet boy.
I think it could be that.
No.
I think it could be. I think it could be because I definitely remember wanting to like not care what others thought of me or like whatever when I'm like younger, and all that takes is like. Sort of being
offending people.
What are you offending them about?
Offensive.
I don't know. I think I'll just fucking screwed the pooch on this one.
I don't know. I think the subtext was like kind of, you know, just talking about like political shit. When that's what I thought of when I saw like antiquated viewpoints and worldviews and.
Does he mean like talking to his conservative uncle?
That's kind of the vibe I got from it, but.
Well, if it's family,
I feel like he's the conservative.
By the way.
Here.
No, I don't think so. I think Elders might be right, but we just don't know for a fact. By the way, when you're parsing things, Elders, not a great question. When we have to fucking we're like this is the fucking Rosetta Stone, and we're trying to like get clues as to what each thing might mean. Now, if it's your family, whatever, like.
Who cares at this point?
Yeah, your family, you're just like, whatever, fuck off. They're not. You don't have to let them have like hold power over you. I guess.
Yeah.
Yes, you're gonna have. I went to a funeral. It was sad, and then you start talking to your family friends who you love so much, and they are immigrants, and they are talking about we have to get the immigrants out.
Yeah,
and it's like I can't touch this right now. I'm sad. Your cousin came in from Canada illegally. I remember that, but fine. We'll just let this go, right? You know what I mean? Like we don't. Yeah, you're right. And most of you have restaurants where you employ illegal immigrants, but. We're not, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not ruining a fucking funeral to have this discussion. You know what I mean? Like, and you just have to remember, if it's people that you have a relationship with and they're older and they're set in their ways,
you have
focus on what's special about them to you.
Yeah.
And if you can, sort of slowly around the edges, try and have honest and open conversations about what you believe in a way that's not confrontational. And then if there's people who. If they're antiquated viewpoints, whatever you mean by that, if there's just people in your life that are ignorant and, disagree with the things you agree with, then it's like you cut those people out of your life if they're not important enough to make But again, we have no fucking clue. Eldest blew it. He tried to he half-heartedly defended himself with the subtext. Just the fuck up and play us one good one to go out on, you piece of shit.
Okay, this is going back to, we got a lot of responses to the ongoing debate of is sending funny memes. Does that make you funny or not?
Okay.
You
chose to do an episode that will come out months from now for us to address this. 2 for 2 on the way out, Eldest, but go ahead.
Let's hear it.
Hey, Stavvy, Eldest, and guest. I have something to add to the conversation about meme curation and funniness.
Mm-hmm.
And then I also have a follow-up question that's related. If you don't feel like bringing this to air because you don't want to host discourse, that's so fair.
It's okay, we're a marketplace of ideas here on Stavvy's World.
I feel like the guy who called in and the folks that agree with him are fundamentally misunderstanding the difference between like being funny and having a sense of humor.
Yes.
Like appreciating humor is a wonderful thing, but that doesn't make you funny yourself. And I think that it's like fine to recognize that like sometimes you will be the funny person in the room. But often the thing that we like see as being funny is really just like having a sense of humor and being able to appreciate other people's like creative energy. Anyway, so
I think you're right about pause. Yeah. Does she have? Now we get into her question. Yeah, I think that's fair. I think that's what we were getting at. Somebody called in or a woman called in and said she's funny because she sends her boyfriend really funny memes.
Well, yeah, she's not funny.
And we were like, you're not funny.
No, you're not funny at all.
And you're right. Curation and having a sense of humor. And that's a good point.
Yeah,
it's like, I can like a nice painting. I can have good taste in art, but I can't fucking
Van Gogh over here.
Pick up a fucking brush or whatever. So I think that, I think she made a nice...
Yeah, that's very well-worded.
Well-worded point.
Yes.
So we hosted the discourse. That was an episode that came out when?
We talked about it on the Kate Berlant episode, a response to it. So I think that's what like triggered this. And we got like a lot of very impassioned voicemails. Like
a lot of people who aren't funny pretending they are. You're not fucking funny if you like. This is the problem. What happens in like somebody else created those memes, you fucking idiots. You didn't create them. Okay? Eventually, if it's a society just based on curation, who makes the fucking thing that you curate? Is it you? And maybe some people start that way, right? Some people like, and like some great directors started as critics. You know what I mean? Like that does happen. Some people who really study the thing and have a desire to create, fine. You can. I'm not saying you can't ever be funny, but you are not funny if you pick out good memes. And you know what? I'm not gonna get mad. Our friend put it very nicely. I'll just let her speak for us. But yes, you just are out of your mind if you think picking good memes makes you funny.
Yeah, you've done nothing. You've scrolled through a phone. You've done nothing. Get up on fucking stage when you're 17 years old and do stand-up comedy.
Yeah.
Suck my dick.
Yeah. Somehow get successful even though there's really no reason it worked out for you. Like the rest of us. Like the 40 or so of us that get to do this. Like go into your life knowing you're probably going to fail. And then just, maybe you're one of the lucky ones, but until you're 23 with no money and being like, hey, if this is what it is, great, who gives a fuck? Then come back to me. But whatever, fuck you guys. What else? Let's answer our friend's question here, Eldis.
I'm on dating apps, and I date men. And I was just curious about your thoughts on something. This is probably just like me having a little bit of a bias and being a bit of a dick. But I feel like every time that I see a man mention something about like wanting a woman with a sense of humor on their dating profile, I take that as so you want to be an asshole and I've immediately like set the tone that like you're gonna be like, oh well, it's just a joke. Like why can't you take a joke? This is probably like not a correct view, but I was just curious what your thoughts are on it. Anyway, I am coming to your Seattle show and super excited to see you.
Hell yeah.
Bye.
I like this question. This is a good question. This is very relatable.
It's something you've definitely dealt with.
Oh, I'll tell you right now, sweetheart. Men don't like funny women. And they're fucking lying. That guy's a piece of fucking shit. They want you to shut the fuck up and laugh at them is what they fucking want.
Maybe it has to do with styles of comedy, maybe.
No.
Maybe
Men
a little more
do not
subdued.
want funny women. Especially on the apps. Trust me.
You're right.
I would put that I would go back and forth because I was on the apps for years. I would put that I was a comedian. And then I wasn't because I kept like changing up to see. Because I'm like, I want a man to know that I am funny.
Yeah.
No, they don't want it. I would lie for the first 3 days and be like, oh yeah, I'm in the entertainment business. I'm an actress. And then slowly wean them in. The people who put that on there are fucking liars. They want you to laugh at their jokes.
I think I agree. I think because to me, humor is important to me when I'm dating somebody, but I don't lead with that because it's like it's one of those things like. that is just either there or it isn't.
Yes.
And it's one of those things that you can't help. You just have to figure it out. Like, is somebody nice? Is somebody, respectful? Like, these are basic qualities that you will sniff out. And actually, humor you'll probably pick out even faster than those other ones.
Way faster. That's the first one. On the first date, you can tell if someone's funny or like you're a person that always get along at all. Like,
totally. And and the other thing is, in a relationship, so much of being funny is like, it's sort of like vibe specific. Like, things can be funny in the context of a relationship. Two people can make each other laugh, and they're not funny at all.
Yes.
And that does being objective. In fact, sometimes I'm like, I go back and forth because like. Women do like funny men, that is true. But also, I'm jealous of the people who aren't funny at all. If a girl's laughing at you, you know she likes you.
Yeah.
So if you start at I'm not funny and I get a laugh, I can definitely fuck this girl.
Yeah.
But for me, I'm like, well, they're gonna laugh at me because I'm funny. And some of them, that's enough to convince to want to fuck me. And some of them would have fucked me either way. But then there's some that are laughing due only to my incredible talents. And have no desire to fuck me. Whereas like I get laughs in a way that so like sometimes I think about how that can be like a slight detriment where you're like, because if you're unfunny and you get a laugh, you're golden.
Yeah.
But I'm not sure. I'm not sure what my laugh is not. These were different younger times in my life where I was more insecure. Now I'm like whatever. But humor is very so like objectively being funny. I don't think. Especially the guys who put that on their dating profile.
No, and I feel like this exact type of guy is like that Andrew Tate kind of guy who's like, he does want to right away say something so offensive and see like, oh, but I'm cute. That I know. Well, I feel like what her problem is and what mine was, you're on the apps for too long and you start going cuckoo crazy.
Yeah, and you start...
These guys that are stuck on here, they're left on here, they're bad people. They're not nice people. They're bad guys.
Well, if you're on long enough to start noticing ethnographic trends, then like to have, you know what I mean, where she's figured out what this means.
Yeah, she has.
That's a problem.
It is a problem. And
know?
I'm so sorry for you because it's hell out there and I don't know what to tell you. Try to suck a pussy. I don't know.
Give it a whirl. But this does go hand in hand with thinking. This is almost like the male version of the last question, where it was a woman saying she's funny because she picks out memes. A man saying he wants a funny woman is a guy. He's pretending he's funny. He's basically saying, "I'm so funny. I need someone's sense of humor." It's like, no, you're not.
No, you're not funny at all.
And if a woman with a sense of humor, you would end up with one if you were actually funny.
Yes.
Because there's no way.
Very true.
There's no way I can be with somebody who doesn't have. They don't have to be funny, but they have to have a good sense of humor.
There's no way. You wouldn't. There's no way. All you do is make people laugh. And you come home and your girlfriend's like staring at you. There's no fucking way in hell.
Bombing in my own home? Are you fucking kidding me?
Doing act outs? In the kitchen?
I'm taking juggling classes to get a fucking rise out of this bitch? No.
Juggling 3 breakfast hot dogs? No laughs?
Taking a bite out of each one.
Goes all the way down. Just staring at you.
So anyway, that's interesting. I like this call. This caller came in with some nice observations.
Yeah, she sounds great. She sounds like she is funny actually.
Yeah, good luck out there.
Yes, please.
Perfect. Eldest wanted to create discourse, so again, he literally waited for the episode. We said and we agreed with the guest we will bank the longest. He waited for the one that will come out months from now to start a lively discussion on the episode that came out last week.
Yes.
Beautiful producing as always.
Always ongoing discourse.
Always with a mind for the big picture.
On these evergreen topics.
Evergreen topics.
Well, folks, go listen. Check us out on Tires. Yes. See Steph's special on this date on this place. I guess maybe we've announced the fall dates for the Dreamboat tour by now. I'm not sure. Depending on the Tire schedule, we'll either have released the fall dates or we won't have them out. Maybe we've released some. We've probably released the European tour dates now.
Wow, you got a lot going on.
A lot going on.
Wait, can I plug my podcast?
Of course.
Steph Infection. Please, God, you got to come do it next time you're in LA. My God, it's all about body stuff. It's gross. You'd love it.
Yes.
Please listen to that.
I will do it the next time I'm there.
You are.
So listen to the pod, watch the special, watch Tires, and come see us live wherever we're playing. Thanks, guys. See you next time.
Bye.